No, I didn't end the live because I don't see no trolls, but I could tell by how many people are viewing that I wasn't getting my usual audience. And I don't go live just to be talking to myself, honey. Okay. So, I'm back. See if I can light. There we go. All right. All right. Y'all let me know when you're in here so we can start reading Nicki Minaj and how she feels about her Billboard #1. I'll wait till you guys show back up. Just waiting on my busted babies. That's all. That's it. What does it take to be #1? 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers. Hey, hey, Sissy, welcome back. What does it take to be #1? Hey, 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 hey. Now let me action, man. I am #1. Just waiting on some more of your cousins to get in here. Maybe it wasn't my computer. Maybe it's just YouTube hating on me today. Just waiting for some more people to show up. Let me know you guys are here so I can begin. Besides Sissy. Hey, Michaela. Welcome back, Phoenix. I usually go live on my phone. Um, Life D, welcome back. All right, that looks better. That looks a little bit better. I'm looking at how many people are in here. All right. All right. So let's get right into welcome back, Angel. Thank you. Um, all right, let's get right into Nicki Minaj. Let's see how she feels about being crowned #1 by Billboard. Then we will go to Carrie Hilson. Swimmingly, hey. AK, hey. Now it's a little bit better. All right. Um, and then we'll talk about Kim and if she is trafficking her children. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up pretty good, AK. So I already told you guys how about this in my video. How are you guys today? AK, how are you? Kitana, hey boo, how are you guys? Y'all let me know how your day is going. Like I said, I got this from some little boutique, and it's called Inis, I-N-I-S, and it's the energy of the sea. And I like how it helps clear up my senses like the Florida water, but the energy of the sea is great for divination, water. So also, I was just letting you guys know, FYI, May 12th, Blockbuster / Road Opener, uh, $50 participation. It is a group ceremony. It is a road opener / Blockbuster. I do not play around. May 12th, the information is posted on my page as a post. So I don't want it in. I just explained it in the first live I just did before I ended it and came here. So, Spirit, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, the soul, and the collective energy of Nicki Minaj. Give me a second to switch gears, guys. I've been doing too many readings. I have to... Where's my bell? Okay. Ooh, all right. I mean, it's around my head. Nicki, Who else was I reading in here? Maybe Beyonce, you don't want to come. The energy feels a little stuffy. All right. Dollar Store Sexy Red. No. Hey, James. Most High, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Nicki Minaj. Onika Tanya Mirage. Nicki. Onika. Oh, I heard yes, baby. There's my trolls. I knew someone right with the first live because one, I ain't see no trolls in here, and two, I only had 8 people in the room. Now it's looking more right, and I ain't doing it right if people ain't trolling me. And now I know Nicki Minaj is here. I've been great, RB. How are you? Hello, RB. How are you today? I'm excellent, darling. All right. Nicki Minaj, how do you feel about Billboard crowning you at well deserved? About time. How do you feel about Billboard crowning you as the #1 female rapper of all time? I didn't either. I did that for the trolls. All right, Nicki, how do you feel about being crowned #1 by Billboard? Nicki Minaj. Hi, Emmanuel. Hey, Fly God. Nicki Minaj, talk to me about how you feel about being crowned #1 female rapper of all time by Billboard. Judgment in reverse present position. For one, they tried to end Nicki Minaj. She feels like present position, they tried to end me, and not everybody wants to give me my flowers. Not everybody on the list wants to give me my flowers. This makes me think that behind the scenes or in the streets of the industry, she's probably hearing a narrative that's just like, y'all just cannot. Y'all just cannot. The people around her in the Hollywood streets are having their conversations. They are not trying to agree that Nicki Minaj is #1. Happy birthday. Is that IT fan? I like Missy Elliott. I like Nicki Minaj too. I just like the music. Um, it's almost like even though she doesn't have a Grammy, even though the industry kind of, I don't want to say dented her legacy by not, they've done, they've done a little bit of damage to her because it's like they opened up open season on her. They made it profitable to hate her for whatever reason. I'm not advocating, I'm just saying the industry opened the floodgates for hate. They welcomed it. They welcomed it. They were looking for it. They courted it. Now, some of the same people who held that funeral service for her are underneath her on that list. She feels like those same people that held that funeral service, this makes me feel like that hurt her. That hurt her feelings. And if she's hard to hurt, and I don't think she is. Fire signs aren't hard to hurt. They're just hard for you to know that they hurt them because they're fiery and they're going to fight you to the death, but they be hurt too. Why they doing it? I know. I fought somebody and felt really bad about it. I have cousins who have beat the brakes off of people and lectured them while they were doing it. I have a cousin who was beating this girl up that came to her house looking for trouble, and she was on top of the girl, and she was like, I told you I didn't want to do this because I like your kids. Her kids were siblings. She didn't want to do it. I have an Aries moon. That's where you get that from, sissy Barbies. But Nicki Minaj feels like that hurt her when they had that funeral service and all those female rappers got up to bury her and have a service for her. That was hurtful. Now I ain't never seen no men. That was you girls. I was a little bit disappointed in the OG rap girlies because even if you guys didn't like her, I was disappointed. For them, they always gave conscious rap like Queen Latifah. They didn't give tear the girls down. Missy never gave that. Missy loves the ladies. So I was surprised about conversations about group chats with the veterans. It disappointed me in their behavior. I was like, ladies, a lot of y'all were on ladies' night. It's ladies' night. What? It must be Angie on them. Ladies' night. And why didn't y'all? I was like that now. The only time I have a funeral service for somebody is when I'm doing choo-choo on them, and I want them. But I was just like, come on, ladies. However, present position, Nicki Minaj is like, what? The funeral service? I'm looking at the list. Y'all buried up under me. Judgment in reverse. Because look, this is after a funeral service, and these are spirits raising out of the grave for Judgment Day. They've been judged underneath her. Y'all, Sissy Barbie is having her life right now. Y'all gonna have to take her in the comments. If you're not a Barb, y'all gonna have to take her. Thank you, Grey Wolf. Hey, Anthony. 3 of Cups, the challenging positions, the funeral service. These girls got together. I'm not changing my mother-sucking fire alarm. My fire bat. I'm not. It's not getting changed until one of my uncles or male cousins come over here and change it. I don't be thinking about that thing. The only time I think about it is when one of y'all be in my comments. I don't care about it. It works. If I go burn something, it's going to work. So it doesn't not work. I don't care if it chirps. I don't hear it. I'm sick of y'all coming up in here complaining about my battery instead of focusing. Y'all be missing all kind of stuff. Focusing on that smoke battery that you barely hear and you wouldn't hear if you was paying attention. Listen to the sound of my eyes, okay? Y'all finna make me cuss. I see some of y'all done left the chat. Bye. Shit. Now, challenging position. I think Nicki Minaj is gloating silently. Because most of the people that came for her, as I said, are underneath her. Yes, the ceiling bird. I love how you call it that, the ceiling bird. They got together. They all band together. This is the group chats. How she said they was mumbling and cackling in the group chat. That's them mumbling and cackling in the group chats, having a merry old time, spreading tea, spilling tea, gossiping, and all of that stuff. She's like, now look at you. Now, what them group chats looking like now? Because I'm in Nicki's energy, I have to gloat for her. And group chats looking like now. I know they doing it now too. Why is you here partaking in witchcraft? Yabatu? I can't deal with the barbs today. Listen, if you're not a barb, stay off the internet until the Billboard list stuff dies down. That hurt her. Nicki Minaj felt like her come up was organic. She felt like she got it from the ground up. And that's why she felt like she should have been respected, because she came from nothing. She actually had some trauma in her childhood. We can all speculate and discuss what that trauma may have been. Nicki has a cripple. Nicki has a cripple. From her childhood, she has something that is an Achilles heel. There is a spot where you can hurt her because of a childhood trauma. And they did it. They found it. They found it. They found a way to really, 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 really hurt her. Her early life, I don't think it was a good experience for her. The energy emanating from this card makes me sad. I would imagine she experienced, in my mind, I'm just going to say, I speculate on whether she experienced some sort of abuse. I know she says she witnessed her father being abusive towards her mother. I could see that, and I can see that giving her some damages. She's got damage from her family unit, from her childhood. And the rejection and abandonment she felt in the industry reminded her of some kind of trauma from her childhood. You guys hurt Nicki Minaj. You hurt her deeply. Not just music business hurt. Hey, JD. Sissy, you got another barb in here to play with. JD meet Sissy. Sissy meet JD. Y'all barb together. This isn't like music industry, superficial hurt. They hurt her. They struck her childhood wound. And I don't think she's recovered yet from that. Not fully. Because she's like, why did you guys do that to me? Just because I came into the scene with my talent and did the same thing you guys did. Be your best. Be the best at what you do. And Nicki Minaj will continue to focus on her business endeavors. She has her mind on business right now. Didn't she just release a new shoe brand? I'm not sure what caused it. I ask when I finish the spread. Oh, you got 2 pair already, JD. Yeah, don't play with the barbs, y'all. Don't play with them, please. JD says she got 2 pair already. Have they been out for 2 days? Okay. So she's got some business. She's got some stuff planned. This does look like she's busy. Not just busy, because the busy has already started. This is preparing for whatever she has coming up. She's got stuff coming up on the heels of being crowned #1. There's some stuff that's going to roll out to solidify that. Crowning her. 7 of Swords. Whoever said that people that she loved or trusted or something did things to her, that's true. I don't think we've gotten the full story of what happened to Nicki Minaj and why she protects herself the way she does. Doing this reading right now is giving me a different perspective because I'm seeing a lot of pain being inflicted on her, and it was done in a very sneaky way. Very sneaky. It's no wonder that she's got the villain arch, because from her childhood, this isn't a person that was bred to be a villain. This is a person that actually would have been so happy to just be loved and appreciated for what she does. It's why she protects herself with her fans, because they just love her for what she does, and that's all she wanted. You don't have to like her, but don't hate her. I don't think that she came into the industry looking to be a villain. She just wanted to be accepted, and I think Nicki Minaj, under all that fire, wants to be loved. I think she just wants to be loved. It's a childhood wound. But there was some deceit, sneaky stuff. When people were saying that there wasn't an attack on her that was orchestrated, this makes me think that this was an orchestrated attack on her head. It's on her crown. It's on her crown. I almost am starting to feel emotional, and not because I'm on my cycle. That only lasts the first day. I feel in this moment while she's crowned number one, it's bittersweet because it's reminding her of all the things that everybody on that list, and just about everybody on that list, had at some point in their career, had a hand in coming for her. Just about everybody on that list. And it's 25 people on that list. How would that make you feel? Just you. If you came to work and every co-worker of yours in the building, including your bosses, or including their bosses, and some of yours hated you because you outworked them. And the other bosses who weren't your boss can't profit off of you producing. There's a lot of jealousy and envy and sneaky. And this is really sad. I didn't come here to stand anybody, you guys. So I know that that's the usual go-to when people watch readings I do on Nicki Minaj, because she's polarizing. Anytime I do a reading on her and I'm being honest about what I see, and I see this all the time. I've always said they really did come for her, and there was a machine behind her. And the reason why, before I finish, the reason why, and I'm going to explain. I'm not biased, you guys. I am my favorite artist. Period. Me. I have several mixtapes, maybe 4 albums that I have to my name. I've written, produced them all by myself. I think I'm the most talented person I know. I stand me. Let me just say that, but I respect talent and power. Let me tell you guys the Nicki Minaj attack. And hopefully she can feel vindicated, even if nobody else, her peers, don't want to accept it. Hopefully she's come to the point where she can be okay with what was done to her in the industry, because I probably don't know if I could have taken it. I might have folded too. I might have said F this, because I do it a lot doing this. I almost said fuck this when the trolls started. Then I start thinking about Nicki and I start thinking about Beyonce, and I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. Nicki Minaj came into the industry at a time where it was a little bit quiet for females. Hey Tierra Boo, how are you? everybody would have had curses on them, and I probably just would have been drowned. I would have been Azalea Banks. I would have been cursing everybody. They'd have been cursing me, and we just been one hexed family. All right, she came into the industry hungry, I believe. Very much hungry. I don't know. I do remember, because I was old enough when Nicki Minaj was introduced to the scene. It was kind of quiet. I know who I was listening to before she blew up. It was Jackie O. I was listening to, it was the crunk era back then, like the early 2000s and stuff. It was the crunk music era. So everybody was listening to Atlanta music. We had Jeezy, we had T.I., we had Gucci Mane. I was listening to Jackie O because she had just released a project that I liked that influenced JT's first album. I was still listening to old artists. Shauna, Shauna from DTE or whoever, Shauna, and two other girls. Shauna, Jackie O, and another girl had a group together. I forgot who it was. Shauna, that used to rap with Ludacris, Jackie O. I can't remember the third girl, but they had a group together very briefly. But for the most part, I was still coasting off of a lot of people's old material. And the guys, I was listening to the guys. You know, I was a thug. Jeezy, you know, I was in the clubs. It was a time. The Carter albums, the Carter mixtapes, all of those, the Squad Up mixtapes was out. And so it was kind of really quiet for female rap. Nicki Minaj came in, and I remember her, and yes, Lil Jon and Ubi. As the night approaches, I decide that I'ma call my favorite guy, 'cause I don't wanna be at home alone. Tonight I'll sleep with nothing on, to make sure that you hurry home, 'cause I've been waiting for you. Hey, Lil Jon and Eastside Boys and Ubi, listen. It was stiletto pumps in the club, yeah. Stiletto pumps in the club, yeah. Okay, watch out when you see me, because I'm coming up fresh. I run about with the latest, so you can call me different. I'm with the realest. That was listen, Webby, not Trill Fam ENT. Bounce that ass like that. Like Beyonce, like Trina, like a big booty black diva, like a stripper, up and down like flipper, bend over, let me, Don't never say Webby up in here. I'm going to lose my mind. Woo, them was the good days, Lord. Oh, y'all had to been there. Y'all had to been there. Y'all had to been there. We was in the clubs with layered outfit, shirts layered. You know, we had stiletto pumps in the club. We did walkthroughs with certain songs. Who you with? Who you with? Who you with? Get crunk. Who you with? That's when we did our walkthroughs, okay? We gonna post up all night. Me and my cousins, we wasn't never the girls that did too much. We did the dude stuff. You know, we gonna do our little ooh. But for the most part, but listen, it was a time, honey, to be of age. Everybody was on X, except for me. Everybody was on X, rolling, oh, sweating, thirsty, eyes beaming, but it was lit. It was lit. Now, Nicki Minaj came, and I remember her and Lil Kim did a song together. Y'all remember Freaky Girl? You want a freaky girl? How did Lil Kim go? All I remember is my deep throat got him skeeting like a water sun. Yeah, her and Nicki did, because I remember, and I just let him eat my coochie. That's how she ended it. But yeah, her, Gucci, and Nicki Minaj had a song, Freaky Girl. It was a Freaky Girl remix. Kim verse was first, I believe. No, it was last. So they did, yeah, you ain't gonna wanna leave just like a kid in the world. Yes. They did a song together when Nicki Minaj was on the come up. I think that's where things changed. That's when things changed. And I think it was for Little Kim. Because that was the first time she had to do a feature with a girl on the come up. And Little Kim is not a lyricist. So think about how she felt getting help, or if she didn't get help with her verse, think about how she felt writing her verse, knowing that she's not a strong lyricist, and hearing everybody talk about how crazy Nicki Minaj's pen game is, because I'm sure she heard about Nicki Minaj being a writer, writing her own stuff. Think about how that would have made her feel. Especially if she got help on her verses and Nicki is holding her own, doing her own. Little Kim would have been the first to be able to foresee if Nicki Minaj is going to be a problem to her crown. I was there. So even then, my first thought when the beef started, I was like, oh. My first thought was she done shook the table. So Nicki Minaj comes in, and boom, Little Kim and her not seeing eye to eye. Whoever side you're on, because I come from the school of Notorious K.I.M. I grew up with Kim. I know all the other girlies say that, but they ain't my age. So how did they grow up with Lil Kim? And I'm finna be 40, and I did. I know her songs and her albums. They be saying it, and they don't be knowing none of her songs and stuff like that. They did it because I was still young. My older cousins really came up on Little Kim even more than I did. I caught on a little later. But I love Little Kim to this day for what she did. But when Nicki Minaj came in, I was like, she's talented. And I wasn't a fan of the more animated stuff that Nicki Minaj did, but I did respect her talent. Even through all the animation and that she used to do, you could still listen to her lyrics and be like, okay, she's spitting. She came in and people, I wasn't gonna choose sides. I was like, they feeling away because she's good. And I looked around and went to the mall, and I seen all you girls in there with y'all Barbie chains. I'm telling y'all, the hair stores was selling Barbie chains, the fake big old Barbie chains. Everybody was getting Chinese bangs, black at the top, pink underneath. I'm telling you, it was, excuse me, y'all, fix my wig. They was at the malls. Everybody was talking all that money. Everybody was doing like that. And it was getting on my nerves, actually. It was getting on my motherfucking nerves because all the girls, everybody went. Everywhere I went, everybody was a party. I was like, when are these people going to be human again? I was so annoyed. I would watch her do her shows on YouTube and see the crowd of girls like this so she can sign their titties. I watched it. The girls was like this. And at that time, Nicki was fooling them into thinking she was bi. Ain't never licked a cat, but she had all them in there thinking, she had all them thinking that they was going to get a chance to do this. Sissy, you be doing like this? So, that's where this came in. Because not only did the ladies feel bad, but whatever contract situation she had going on with Cash Money, it was a better contract. Oh, God, Sissy. That's so funny to me. I always knew that lady wasn't no bisexual. I knew she wasn't going to let y'all lick that kitty. I knew that. I knew that. I know that from the beginning. None of this. But whatever contract situation she had over there at Young Money, I believe that the other industry executives was like, okay, that's not how we do things with female rappers. We endorse them and they give us all their money. They give us all their endorsement money. They give us this, and then they be happy. But it wouldn't have been a problem with the industry if Nicki didn't come in so successfully. She came in with that Sagittarius wand and it lit a fire and it spread. And the industry saw her making all this money that none of them were able to get their hands in. So that's when the machine decided, okay, we can't profit off of her. However, like I said with Beyonce, let's shake the tree. Because anybody that polarizing is going to have people that absolutely love them and absolutely hate them. And they saw how the other ladies and gentlemen in the industry felt, because even some men felt threatened. So they could tell by the tide in the industry that if they opened up the floodgates against her and see how they can make a market out of the anti-Nicki crowd. Those people thinking money. And so they're looking at everybody who hated her and they saw dollar signs for where they cannot profit off of Nicki Minaj. They can profit off of the people that hate her. If we go to the people that she disenfranchised because they can't eat in the industry with her, then they would be more inclined to come to us and sign our contracts because they know that we are going to support them against her. Now imagine these girls in their spite going to labels and letting labels use them, but they're still not benefiting financially the way this lady is. They got played out of their spite. They shook Nicki's tree and out of it fell lots of fans. And Nicki collected her fans and then called them barbs. But there also fell out a lot of people that did not like her. And it was enough people to market to. Then they put out the calls and they start testing lyrical rappers against her. Lady London, she came out and said they offered her, what, $250,000? She's a lyrical rapper. They wanted to put somebody lyrical against Nicki to take her down. None of the lyrical girls would do it, except for the ones that did the funeral. The only problem was their time had passed. So they couldn't really turn the tide against Nicki Minaj because they were already kind of on their way to the pasture. They needed the Lady Londons and stuff like that because she's a good rapper. Girls like that. But when enough of them wouldn't do it, they started manufacturing them. The plan with those girls was not longevity. It was to milk them for all they can because they couldn't make money off of the female rap industry that Nicki monopolized. So they start creating girls to cater to the people who wanted to hate Nicki Minaj, but they knew that wasn't sustainable. I'm not debating that, RB. I'm not debating anything. I'm just showing how this scenario came about for Nicki Minaj to be attacked by the industry. And RB, I'm a fan of Missy Elliott, but she doesn't stand a chance lyrically. She's a great creator, a great songwriter, and I think that she would outperform Nicki Minaj on an R&B song any day, because you know Nicki likes to sing too. That's not her ministry, sis. I never thought that was her ministry. I always cringe a little bit when she does it on her songs, especially when she in the middle of spitting and then she hit that. I don't like it. Missy can do that. Missy can do both. I ain't gonna hold you there, RB, but I don't think Missy thinks that she can go toe to toe lyrically as a rapper with Nicki Minaj. However, that's how this scenario happened with Nicki. So below, they start plotting and planning on her head to look for someone to compete with her. Two of Wands. Because this is her, a fixture. And this is a fire sign card. A fixture. Or this is her, the fixture. They needed someone that they can control to place up in front of her. See this world? That's the record labels. The cards are saying that they put a hit on her and start looking for someone to take her down. Current action. And here's Nicki Minaj. This is a Sagittarius card, Temperance. Anytime I get this in reverse, and I usually, when I read Nicki Minaj, she's always in reverse. Always. I never read Nicki Minaj and she's like this. This is peace. This is calm. She's just like, oh, what were you guys saying? Huh? Remy was pre-Nicki. She absolutely was. She was pre-Nicki. Because Remy Ma was doing the two-tone bangs too. Hers was black and blonde, and she was with Terror Squad. Then she went to jail. Nicki started coming up, and I believe Nicki Minaj started supporting Remy Ma in jail. Remy Ma did an interview and said that her and Nicki Minaj would support her. She would write her, visit her, or send her money. Somebody put a battery in Remy's back when she was getting out. Somebody told Remy, you can be the one to take her down. And Remy, you could have, if you weren't so focused on aggressive rap beef. You're too violent and aggressive. You should have beaten Nicki by being lyrically creative and not aggressive. You came too hard. You act like you wanted to unalive her. We wanted you to spar. You act like if she even responded, it was gonna be blah blah blah. Yeah, I even was like, ooh, Remus. But yeah, Nicki Minaj right now, she feels like, huh? What? Kay? What y'all was saying? She's at peace. And that makes sense that I've never seen her upright. But now that Billboard has crowned her #1, first time I've ever read Nicki Minaj and seen her this way. Good for you, Nicki. Because this isn't good for your health either. Actually, in a health reading, this is a chronic illness. Chronic. When I was getting checked for breast cancer, this is the card that came up for me. Anxiety and stress causes health issues. Anxiety, stress, and trauma causes health issues. Nicki ain't been able to relax. She's been fighting for her life this whole time. So this feels good for me reading this. It feels good for me because my nerves don't feel bad. External energy. The people don't like it, but they can't really say too much about it, especially Cardi. Cardi B was responsible for that top CEO article about her being the second richest female rapper. She was upset about her placement, so she had that article put out, and then y'all saw her on there. And wait till y'all see the tour. It was because of that her placement. The problem is, Cardi B, you just better be happy they put you on there. Okay? You can't, Cardi B, don't do no crashing out when it comes to lyricism, because girl, just take what was handed to you and be happy, please. Don't go shaking the table, please, Cardi, because I read you too. Hopes and fears. I think that Nicki's hope has already been fulfilled. That the truth is being told, because in the industry, I believe everybody, even the entities that were coming for Nicki, didn't believe in these girls being better than her. It was spite. Now it's like they have to tell the truth. And now people can see things clearly. Because there's all these conversations about who else should be above her. This is Megan. This is Cardi. Absolutely. Now she's like, it's clear that there was an agenda against me, because all of these people that you guys have been praising and propping up above me are on the list below me. Queen of Cups in reverse is her outcome, though. Is she promising you guys some music? I don't like that as her outcome. I think that this list is going to rub people even more the wrong way against Nicki. Poor thing. She said another album is coming. Queen of Cups in reverse. Spirit, what is this for your outcome, Nicki Minaj? She might change her mind or prolong it. There's something financial. Music isn't lucrative. Okay. All right. If she does put out an album, it's not going to be passionate. She'll do it to fulfill it, but there's no passion in it, because there's no more money in music anymore. Her mind is elsewhere. If she gives y'all an album, it's just going to be to fulfill her obligation. That last album she gave y'all in the tour, energetically, that was her final passion project. And now that she's been crowned, she has nothing else to prove. So even if she does give you guys music, it won't be to prove her spot. It'll just be to fulfill her obligation to her label and her fans. But she's no longer trying to prove that she's the queen of rap anymore. She has nothing else to prove. So if you guys get an album from her, enjoy it. But she's not rapping to prove anything. And I don't know if it's going to come quickly, because she just don't have nothing to prove. All she got to do is get him an album, and she can do that whenever she wants. All right. All right, that's Nicki Minaj. That's how she feels about the Billboard list. I didn't know I was going to stay on it for 49 minutes, but yeah, or just have fun. She'll put out whatever she wants to. And whether you guys like it or not, it'll be what she wants to put out. Whatever music that makes her happy. I don't know about a feature one. Who's she gonna do features with? Ain't none of them ninjas making money. It's no money in music. I just saw it. It's no money in music. King of Pentacles reverse, 9 of Pentacles upright, Page of Swords in reverse, behind that Queen of Cups in reverse outcome. There's not money to make in music. Nobody's making money. Nobody's making money. None of these rappers are making money. You have to, the only way you can make money in music is if you are already a veteran and you've had opportunities to negotiate terms of your contracts and things like that. If you're not a heavy hitter in the industry, you're not making money. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they post on social media. I don't care how many gold chains they are buying. The only ones that are making a little bit of money is the OGs who have equity in the game and can use that equity as leverage. Thank you, whoever deleted that person, because I am banning anybody who complains about the smoke alarm from my page. I'm not even going to put you on a timeout. You're just going to get hidden from the channel. Because what I do in my house, if you don't pay no motherfucking bills in here, do not ask me or demand me do anything in my house. Click off if it gets on your nerves, please, because you're going to get on my nerves saying something about it. I ain't got no mortgage, but find a bill and pay it. And then you can run ting over here. Y'all better get y'all life. Do I pull up y'all profile pictures and tell y'all to go to the dentist? Okay. I stay in mine. Y'all stay in yours. Now, let's talk Carrie Hilson, shall we? I just read Beyonce and how she feels, and girl, you just did ask me a question. All right. The U.S. doesn't appreciate Caribbean markets and diaspora markets outside of the U.S., but I absolutely love when Nicki is in her Caribbean bag because I love Caribbean music. One of my favorite songs that I've heard on her what was that project just called, The Gag City, was the Caribbean song she had on there. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like Red Ruby to Sleeve because of the sample from Lumidee. I like when she's in her Caribbean bag. So let's talk about Pretty Girl Rock. You guys, I read Carrie Hilson from Beyonce's perspective. I asked about how Beyonce felt about the Carrie Hilson situation. And you guys, after we get off of this live, if you didn't already watch it, you guys can go watch it. I'm just going to get this out. Okay. All right. I'm going to read this because I know what I like Barbie Dangerous too. That's actually my favorite. It's my favorite. Probably my favorite Nicki Minaj song besides Roman's Revenge. Her verse on Monster. Roman's Revenge is probably my favorite song of Nicki Minaj's. And Barbie Dangerous. Oh, I like LLC. I didn't hear her Queen album, but when I used to listen to Pandora, they used to play LLC, and I just let it ride in my car one day, and I let that thing ride, and I was like, I just took that and made that to LLC, because y'all know I'm a businesswoman. And then the way the beat drop in, and it's another song she has with one of the ASAP boys. Is it ASAP Ferg? I like that song with them too. But yeah, all right. Carrie Hilson, I am going to be able to tell you guys how I feel about Carrie Hilson. It's not that I'm a barb, because I don't like all her songs, but I Plain Jane, that one, I like that. But I know good music now. Yes, boom. Yes, Phoenix. Yes, boom, 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 boom. Listen, I am a Bone Thug fan too. So much so that back in the day we had the tapes, and we back then, you know, you have to know the lyrics. If they ain't put no lyric sheet in there, I accept. Thank you. That's beautiful of you for the flowers. We would stop the tape, write the lyrics, and you know, Bone, they write so fast, so we got to send it in the time today. Send it in the time today. No. Woo. I still listen to Bone too. And I'm gonna maintain body. Living in a hateful world, cinemas check this how we roll. Living in a hateful world, the cinemas check the how we roll. And I got on the time with some we lift this and then run up those and then when it's in the home, and anybody wanna test the stone. And the season, cinema season. Is in the money, wanna come again, again and again, and tell me what you gonna. Literally. And my favorite Mariah Carey song is Breakdown. Break down. Steady breaking me on down. Break down. Steady breaking me on down. I love that song. And I got nothing on the side, what side we told me we, and so then I run a go. And so when I said that, anybody wanna test the stove? What? Yes. Put me on the remix. Please put me on the remix. Breakdown and then My All. Greatest Mariah Carey songs for me. Those are my two top favorite. Somewhere in there is not Honey, but Breakdown, My All. It's one of her early songs I love too. Somebody tell Bone Thugs to put me on the remix to Crossroads, please. Send me the number and the track so I can. Anybody want to test the stove? And someone that's when I come again and again. I like Bone Thugs because they had melodies when they rap. They was singing when they was rapping. Yes, I love it. Bone Thugs, Twister. I still play all that. Is it Emotions? It's so I can't remember. All right. Uh-oh. Northeast side of India. Swoop, swoop. I don't know what y'all say on the northeast side of India. Yes, it was. Their voices, their cadence was was an instrument. Absolutely. What y'all do on the north side? What y'all say on the northeast side of India? Tell me how you call your set so I can call it out for you. Me too. Crazy, is it Lazy Bone or Crazy Bone? No, I like Crazy Bone, the dark skin bone, the one that kind of looked like Snoop Dogg. Y'all, one of them bones, one of the light skin bones, used to have this song on BET Uncut. Uh-huh. Ain't nothing like money in a Ziploc bag. Uh-huh. Smash with the gas. Ain't nothing like money in a Ziploc bag. Smash with the gas. My ex-husband put me up on that song, y'all. Go listen to it. Google it. I feel like everybody in there was high, homeless, high and homeless in that video. Because it was underground. I don't even know what the title of the song is or which. I don't know. Just go and Google and type in "Ain't Nothing Like Money in a Ziploc Bag." And get your life. The video was filmed on my laptop. Okay, on my laptop. It was so funny. Ain't nothing like money in a Ziploc bag. Smash with the gas. Let me, see y'all. Let me get the title for you, and then I'll read Carrie Hilson. But I got to now because I would text my ex-husband, but if I didn't think that he had a girlfriend now or a boyfriend, whatever. Let me see. Ain't nothing like. Oh, let me move my computer over. Watch, I find it just like this. Like money in a Ziploc bag. It popped right up on Google. Money in a Ziploc bag featuring Busy Bone. And I got it on my YouTube right now. I wonder if I'll get copyright. Yeah, I got it. Y'all. Ain't nothing like money in a Ziploc bag. Smash with the kids. Listen. Don't say I ain't never put y'all up on nothing. Don't say I ain't put y'all. Listen, I am now your favorite YouTube psychic. I will accept that crown. Y'all can go ahead and put me on number one and listen. Because who else be putting you on to that funk? Put you on to that funk, ain't I? Thank me later. All right. Miss Keri, baby. Homemade song and video. But get your life to it. Y'all, my ex-husband could have been an A&R. He stayed putting me up on stuff before it came out. He was the first one who put me up on, I can't remember. So many people who are popular now. My husband used to be like, man, I found this song. All right. See, Sissy Barbie? It's stuck with you now. Y'all all gonna be walking around. Ain't nothing like money in a Ziploc bag. All right. Most. Busy Bone and them owe me something for the views they finna get from this song that nobody even knew about. I'm gonna slide in this DM if you got one and say, run it. If you find yourself with some more views on that song overnight, run it. Run it. uh-huh. He looks so serious too. You don't want to see me in a deep dark guy in a row with the hood road, you know, kill it, we burn the clothes and get out of here, drunk it tonight, did him up, drunk it tonight, got him up, spin him up, got a bit there, and I'm in the senate, big weed and big chips. Hit a mini Mac and it's like that. Listen, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna stop this because I'm gonna lose it. I ain't come here for this. In a minute, mama, and not whole net in a world and a sin, in a world and a din. Ah. He still make music. Listen, I support because I love them. No, this is after the budget. This is after Bone Thugs. This is after they disbanded. This is him as a solo artist. This wasn't before the budget. This was after the budget. Okay. This is from 2007. They made that in 2007. 2007. That was after the budget. The money was gone, smoked up. All right. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up this spirit, soul. I am hot. Burning up. Spirit, soul, and collective energy of Carrie Hilson. I'm sorry, I had to switch out of my Bone Thug gears. No, that was after the hits. Thank you, Roman. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Carrie Hilson. Sorry, I gotta do all of this just to switch gears. Whew. All right, Miss Keri, baby, welcome to Beyond the Veil. Carrie Hilson, Carrie Hilson. I actually think she's already starting to regret. I think she's already starting to have some regrets, but we'll see. Carrie Hilson, were you forced to record that song about Beyonce? Carrie Hilson, were you forced to record the Turning Me On remix about Beyonce and whomever else you were taking shots at? Probably Sierra. Carrie Hilson, were you forced by anyone in order to keep your career to record that song that you did not want to record on your own? One card, please, Spirit. One card. Did Carrie Hilson, was she forced into recording that song for the sake of her career? No. No. This would be them applying pressure for her to do it, and her being scared of whatever injury she's going to receive to her career. So she did it. In reverse, I don't smell naive. I smell cocky. Yes, she was being mean girl, and I explained why in my Beyonce reading, and I explained it from a songwriter's perspective because I've written and sold a song to a record label. I'm gonna repeat this now. And if that song, once I sold it without negotiating any publishing or credits, and I did it because it was the first song I sold. I didn't even think anybody was gonna hit me up for it, but they did. And they said, name a price. I did. I ain't know nothing about it. I was just out there making music and somebody liked it and hit me up. But when I sold it outright, and then I spoke to my father-in-law's attorney afterwards, and because he was like, you're a damn fool. You're a damn fool. Why didn't you call me so I can call my attorney? You didn't negotiate any publishing, any credits. You just sold it. How much did you get for it? I could have gave you that amount. And so the attorney, I was just like, so what happens, if they use the song, that, will anybody know that I wrote it? He was like, probably not. You sold it outright to them, they're going to slap their name on it. And I was like, okay, now that I know, moving forward, if I want credit for something I wrote for someone else, then I'll negotiate that. But as a songwriter, they write songs and then they float them for someone to pick up. It's my belief that Keri's issue was that it was Beyonce. It was just that it was Beyonce. She's never called out anybody else, and everybody else didn't get, I don't know a lot of people shouting out Carrie Hilson after they sang her song. That's what the original beef was. She felt like when she wrote the Love in This Club verse with Usher, it floated. Beyonce ended up with it, but she didn't write it for Beyonce. Beyonce's camp got it, purchased it, used it. Keri got whatever she got on the back end. But I also think at the time, Keri was in her feelings about being forced to only write music. A lot of songwriters don't want to just write from behind the scenes, but their labels don't want to put them out as the star. So they make them write songs for other stars. When most songwriters want to be their own star, they want to be recognized for their own work. At the time, Keri was getting ready to make her way from behind the scenes to the forefront. She was feeling away. Nobody forced her, although there were people who were gassing her up. That's why I don't agree with Keri in this, because I've been a songwriter. I'm a songwriter too. When you want credit for your work, you negotiate that. And if that were the case, Beyonce wouldn't have used her verse, because Beyonce ain't in the business of giving them credit like that. She wasn't then. And that's how people knew that about Beyonce. So Keri was already rich for writing for other people. Why did she want Beyonce to shut her out? Then she came out taking shots at her because Timbaland and all of them was gassing her up, saying she was finna do this. She was finna do this. They had her gas. When producers have you gas that you are going to take over, you typically believe it. They're the ones making and breaking these people. They can give you the good songs. They can save the good beats for you. Everybody knew Beyonce don't give credits like that. You got to have some leverage to get a writing credit out of her. So once you float that song, it's floating. It passes. A few other people might have, thought about it too, but Beyonce was chosen for it. Maybe Keri wanted to be the one to sing her own verse, and the team Usher and them was like, no, we don't want you because nobody knows you. Why would I put you on my feature and nobody knows you, or on my remix? It's not going to hit the same. I would be doing you a favor. This is the remix. It's supposed to be bigger. Keri probably wanted to be chosen to sing that verse with Usher, but Usher was looking at it like I'd be doing you a favor. The remix is to make the song pop even more than the original version, so they put Beyonce on it. That's business, Keri. And she knew that, though. So no, she wasn't forced. She was gassed into doing it. When you guys go back and watch my Beyonce situation, the death card is in the past position because they killed her career. The first card that came out to clarify was this. This is not a slave. The theme for the magician, first of all, number one, they was egging Keri on to make her think she was finna replace all the girlies and she was gonna be number one. And she was all for it. She was shooting for number one. She need to sit down. She faking. She need to go have some baby. She needs to sit down so I can stand up. Them mother chicks ain't even worth my time to talking about. Been getting money. You can go and put... Popping it. Popping it. Okay? I was there for it. She need to sit down. She faking. She need to go have some babies. The mother girls ain't even worth my time to talk about. I've been getting money. You can go. Do that sound like somebody that's timid? It's the magician. The theme for the magician card is I am, so therefore I will. Sissy Barbie, you must have already watched that reading I just did on Beyonce, because I said Beyonce and Jay-Z were in their come up. They were running people over in the industry, solidifying their empire. So Polo and Timbaland was going to gas up Keri. Everybody back then was looking for the Jay-Z Beyonce formula. Get a girl that's popping and popular, put some power and muscle behind her in the industry that only a man can do, and ride with them into success. Beyonce and Jay-Z were in the heyday. They had just got married, just solidified themselves, and then right after this, what did Beyonce release? Mrs. Carter, where she crowned herself as the queen. They were taking over at that time, which is why everybody was so nasty with Beyonce now, because she had Jay-Z behind her and they were able to run over everybody. Yes, the Mrs. Carter self-taught. I don't know why I call it Mrs. Carter, probably because the promo was her doing that queen thing. I didn't even care for the Beyonce. That's actually my least favorite album of hers, self-titled. And that's everybody's favorite of hers. It's my least favorite. I can, therefore I will. This is Carrie Hilson. Does this look like someone helpless? And the magician has every element in the tarot in order to manifest. Every element is present so that they can manifest. That means Carrie Hilson had the support of these men who were going to put their resources behind her in order to prop her up. So she was gassed. However, I don't believe that Beyonce did anything to her other than sing the song that she wrote, which is why the response with her was so harsh. This is somebody who starts things. She launched an attack that she wasn't powerful enough to do. Beyonce is the person here, and this lets me know that Beyonce didn't do anything to her to deserve that diss song. This is Beyonce striking back because Beyonce was already on top, and these were the other girlies shooting for her spot. Unfortunately, Keri, Keri, you launched an attack that you didn't have the support to win. That's what this is. And then you tried to say that you were forced. Now, this is the forced card, but this is what I should have seen first. This was in Beyonce's hopes and fears because she was saying from her reading, Keri was hoping that people would believe that she was forced to do that. But in that same reading, I said this because of her near future position, Keri, that's not going to go well for you, because everybody else in the industry who knows that you was popping your ish isn't going to agree with that narrative that you put out. Like Esther Dean, who said, I wrote a lot of verses for that song, but that one was picked. The one I co-wrote with Keri. She was saying Carrie Hilson could have chosen any of the other verses that I wrote, but they chose that one. So we went with it. It was a hit. But she was low-key saying, girl, we was in that together, shooting in the gym. Esther Dean and Carrie Hilson were peers. They were both songwriters. Esther Dean was at that time not above Carrie Hilson. They were equal at that time. That's also what I said in my reading. When she went to the Breakfast Club, they asked her what questions they can ask. She could have told them, don't bring that up. And she also could have said, you know, it's a moment that I'm not proud of in my career. I have some regrets, which is why I'm here today promoting my new song. That's how she should have handled that. This isn't going to end well for her because there are other people involved who knew that she was popping it and that she was shooting for the top spot. And there were men behind her that were helping her think that they can get her there and take down Beyonce. They underestimated how unscrupulous Jay-Z really is when it comes to attaining power. So no, I don't think that she was forced. Sorry. And I can't stand with that because of how the business operates. If you wanted Beyonce to give you credit for that, then you shouldn't have released the song for somebody else to pick up. And then we wouldn't have had that verse because Beyonce wouldn't have agreed to give you your credit. So support anybody that you enjoy. Always support music that you enjoy. Please, I encourage you to do so. She's just not going to have the revival that she hopes she's going to have. Carrie Hilson, I'm going to read Carrie Hilson, and then we're going to move on to Kim Kardashian and see if she's pimping her children. Let me see how she's doing right now with this situation. I'm actually a fan of Carrie Hilson's writing, but not her voice. I like Knocked You Down, but I'm not a fan of her voice as a singer. Not saying she can't. I love A-Marie. And Beyonce did. Beyonce was insecure about A-Marie. She did. She absolutely bit her. But A-Marie is one of those people who she makes music because she likes to make music. She's a artist. She ain't gonna never be looking for the industry anymore. I think she owns a bookstore or she wrote a book. She's an author. She's really zen. I love A-Marie. I don't think they're in disguise about anything. All right, let me read Carrie Hilson real quick and see what's going on with her right now. I fell in love with A-Marie with her first song. Why Can't We Fall in Love? When that came out, oh, it was perfect. It was perfect. I still have memories attached to that song and the era that it came out in. I was a young girl starting to explore herself and her emotions and her feelings. It was a time. That song reminds me of a time. It reminds me of boys. It reminds me of when I was, reminds me of boys, a specific boy. A specific boy. The boy, I didn't lose my virginity to him, but he was my second partner. and my last until my my ex-husband. But I have memories. That whole album does slap. I'm probably gonna listen to it after I get off of this, but Why Don't We Fall in Love? It was just so refreshing. It so many things I wanna do. That ooh, she always put that extra ooh at the end, but I fucks with it. I fucks with it. I almost want to go back to that time where I was when that song came out because of the time. Football games, with my cousins and my friends, concession stands, posting up, flirting with boys, boys flirting with me. It was just a time where I was, a young teen, enjoying my teen years. Good memories. They are top tier songs. I'll never forgive Beyonce and them for doing that to A. Marie. I won't. Because what they gave us with Single Ladies or whatever Beyonce, oh no, it was, what did she release? A few songs on B-Day, was it, that had that same vibe. But it wasn't hitting. It wasn't sticking like them grits A. Marie cooked up. I won't forgive Beyonce for that. I won't. So many things I want to do. So many days I thought of you. It's about time you knew it true. Got to act quickly, you and I. Could fall in love, so many reasons why. Yes. Crazy in Love, yes. And I don't care for Crazy in Love. I don't care for it. It gives knockoff. It gives knockoff. I won't forgive Beyonce for that. All right. But I'll give her a pass for Carrie Hilson, because when your ops start taking shots at you unprovoked, off with their heads. Yeah, I know she worked with A. Marie's producer. Yes, RB. Not the hair gel. Yes, hair gel down to the gods with the pro style black gel. Ponytail fan hairdos. You put the gel your hair up, put it in a ponytail at the top of your head, spread it out, or curl the ends into a fan. What? And the bigger the fan, don't come around with no little beep. Okay, because you're gonna get picked on. Excuse me. Sorry. All right. Yes. All right. I'm rooting for you, A. Marie. I am rooting for you because you made a soundtrack to a period in my life that was a vibe. Most High Mother, Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Carrie Hilson. Miss Keri, baby. I didn't like her voice because it kind of sounded like that. Miss Keri, baby. I didn't like it. And I definitely didn't like Energy. I hated that song. I hated it. I don't know why. I just did. All right. Carrie Hilson. You've been shaking the table, especially with Beyonce. And girl, you ain't learned. What is her sign? Is she a Capricorn? Hard-headed. Y'all don't learn. I hate Energy. I just hate her voice in that. I don't like her voice in that. Taking all of my energy. Oh, two Virgos at it. I knew she was I love you too, Alex. I knew she was a earth sign, because once y'all mind is set up on something, it don't change. Even if you all the way wrong, y'all just be wrong all the way to the grave. That's why I don't like it, because I don't like, it's a certain type of way you have to do your throat to sing like that. And when I hear it, I want her to undo her throat. I want her to stop using her vocal, stop scrunching her vocal cord. It feels like you're scrunching your vocal cord. Unscrunch it. It feels like she's not singing from her diaphragm, but from straining her vocal cords in her throat. Too much earth in the throat. That's it. Thank you. That's exactly what it is. It's not enough air in her throat. Too much earth element in the throat. That's what it is, Just the Dumb. My God, God bless you for being able to speak my language. I love Virgos, one of my favorite signs. I love you guys to death, and I will always keep one of you on my business team. I thought she was a Capricorn, though. Just wrong to the death. Oh, this is just a bullheaded situation, but I guess the best Virgo won. Shit. And then she kind of does this thing like this, taking all of my energy. I just want to tell her, your diaphragm, bitch. From here. Sing from here. That's all. Not here. Here. Not here. Because I feel like it's not sustainable from where she sings from. Diaphragm, Keri. Diaphragm. But I think that she feels like if she sings from her diaphragm, she can't sing as good. Because I know a lot of people that don't know how to sing. They can sing the bad way, but when they start using the healthy singing techniques, they have to retrain themselves how to sing right. For a while, when they first singing with the right techniques, they don't know how to, so it doesn't sound good. It is a muscle. You have to exercise it. If you don't have a strong diaphragm, then you will sing through your throat or through your nose. That's not sustainable. You're going to kill your voice. So you have to train that diaphragm. That's my issue with her. That's why I'm not a fan, because it's how where she sings from. That's it. All right. If it makes you tired, then no, I get it. You just need to start practicing again. Start practicing every day. Work that muscle. All right. Carrie Hilson, you've been shaking the Beyonce table. How do you feel about that right now? Are you feeling optimistic? What's the energy currently surrounding Carrie Hilson's spirit after shaking the Beyonce table? Sorry to ruin that experience for you, but because I'm trained in those things, those are the things that I look at. Spirit, how is Carrie Hilson feeling about herself now after all of the talk about her interview about Beyonce turning me on? What's currently going on with her? Is she feeling optimistic with her career? And what is coming up for Carrie Hilson in her career? Will this put her on? Will this turn her back on? There's some regret. I knew it. I knew it. There's that kind of regret that comes out like, shit. Maybe taking that charge and saying the things I said. No champagne today. I got water in here somewhere. I'm too tired to drink. I have to go to bed early and wake up early because I have lots of things to do. My monthly cycle gave me insomnia this month for my cycle. And so I'm tired. So no champagne. I got lemonade and water. This is some regret. This is, again, writing a check that you can't cash. Keri put her foot in her mouth because Esther Dean came out with her response, and it was some passive aggressive truth in there. There were some things that she didn't say directly that she was saying. And again, I believe that she was saying, Keri, let me tell you something. Like I said, I wrote a few different verses for that remix. She literally said that one was chose. I co-wrote it with Keri. Now, whether she just meant Keri wrote the song and she wrote the remix part, or whether she meant they sat down together and added some stuff in, I don't believe, as a songwriter, Carrie Hilson didn't put her input into that verse, even if Esther Dean laid the foundation for it. Beyonce don't have to do anything. The industry is loyal to Beyonce. It is Beyonce's house that Keri is trying to go into. She doesn't have to say anything. The industry is going to do it for her. Esther Dean was trying to say, girl, I apologize for whoever it hurt, like Beyonce. But I actually think that Beyonce isn't upset with Esther Dean, because Carrie Hilson already was popping it. I think she's now starting to regret bringing it back up because it didn't go the way that she thought it would. I think she thought she was going to get sympathy and payola because she's been looking at how Beyonce and Jay-Z's empire is currently shaky. And I think that she feels like now is a good time to gain support from shaking the Beyonce tree and marketing to the Beyonce naysayers. So now you got people in the blogs looking at Beyonce like she was wrong. We're going to support you, Keri. You were forced to go up against Beyonce, the big bad men in the industry. She was banking on riding on that. And she thought the coast was clear. Absolutely. That's what I see here. She stuck her head out, tried it. And I think she wants to stick her head back in. Past position. Now, Beyonce's past, when it came to Carrie Hilson, it was a death card because Beyonce ended that. For her, though, look, the Knight of Cups. Does this look like a force in her past? This looks like someone who is on their way to becoming a king or queen. The next step from the knight is the queen. Somebody who was on their way up. Near future, on the way down. She was complimentary of B in this interview. Yes. She had to be. You can't try the same strategy in war twice, knowing that the first time it failed. The first time she came out rah, 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 and end up getting shot down. Today, it's a different type of attack. I'm the victim. I'm the victim here. I'm the victim here. Me and Beyonce are the victims. No, 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 no. No. I hate that she making me call Beyonce a victim, but in this scenario, Beyonce is the victim. She's the only victim here because she was not studying Carrie Hilson. I don't think she saw Carrie Hilson as a threat to her, but Carrie Hilson saw Beyonce as someone that she needed to take down in order to come up. Near future, Page of Cups in reverse. For someone who's putting out a song, does this look like a good card for the cup to be in reverse? It's for all of you guys who want me to teach you tarot. Pay attention to the cards first before you learn the meaning. Music is cups. You want, if you're going to release something, you want it to be received, not poured out. Crowning her is her trying to say that she didn't do it. I was forced to do it. It wasn't of my own doing. The 8, the number 8, is a card of self-mastery. So the 8 of Pentacles, Virgo, would have been acknowledging that everything I did, I was trying to do to build up my career. In reverse, I don't know how I remember it all. I don't know. It's inside of my memory because this ain't my first lifetime doing this. In reverse, I wasn't doing that. That wasn't what I was doing. I wasn't trying to make a name off Beyonce. Not me. This is having rocks, but hiding them. Hiding your hands. Hiding the fact that you're throwing rocks. I got this in the reading also with Beyonce about how she felt in the external energy. And I said, when I got this card, it confirmed to me that she was not forced. Because I said, if you were forced, I would have gotten the Strength in reverse. And actually, the next card I pulled after this was the Strength in reverse in the Hopes and Fears position. And I said, this should have come out here. Now, this is Polo the Don, Timbaland, and the guys who wanted, the producers who wanted to make Keri a thing. This is Keri and Esther Dean in the studio together with Polo the Don. Yes, he was gassing Keri up to do it because Jay-Z was propping up Beyonce and making it hard for even producers to work with other females in the industry. Beyonce only worked with The Dream at the time. She was working very closely with The Dream and a very small crew. But I think at the time, The Dream and Neo and them, really The Dream, was her go-to. And if Beyonce is number one, but she's not working with all these other producers because she has her own set of producers, but the other girls who would work with these producers can't have no career, then to the producers, now they got a beef with Beyonce too because they can't get on with the other girls and Beyonce don't work with them. Has Beyonce ever worked with Timbaland? She worked with Missy. Has she ever worked with Timbaland? Of course you're going to forget about that because he works with Roc Nation. Wipe that out for him. Okay. She has worked with Timbaland. While she was big Beyonce, after Dangerously in Love, has she worked with Timbaland? I know she worked with them when they were Destiny's Child. After Dangerously in Love album, has she worked with Timbaland? He produced Grown Woman? Really? Okay. Timbaland definitely was gassing up Carrie Hilson. Polo the Don. Now, this is Polo the Don saying, yeah, I'm going to make the beat. Oh, Grown Woman. This is Polo the Don. This is what we going to do to get you on. Oh, he did blow too? He must have learned his lesson. Beyonce must be benevolent. If you make a faux pas and you kiss the ring and bow down, I work with you. But Polo, he ain't had no career since this. Polo the Don hasn't had a career since this, like that, like he was. This is Polo, Keri, and Beyonce. And Esther. These people, these bishops are equals. The Pope gives the order, and then the Pope gives not the order, but the inspiration, the divine inspiration. The bishops go out and then they preach it. But they're not forced. This isn't the devil card. They are apprentices to this person. They trust his leadership. They trust his leadership and his guidance. And then they go and preach the word. He ain't went nowhere. Yep. I used to like his production. So this is also what makes me think she wasn't forced. This is something that they concocted up together. But she's saying I didn't do it. Now that I know she's a Virgo for real, she's looking to restart her career. Her talking about this is an attempt to get her foot back into the house. And Beyonce said, this is my house. And ain't nobody else came out with a song after her and said it wasn't. So that's why she did this, because she's trying to relaunch her career. But not everybody's going to let this fly. Esther isn't going to let this fly. And currently, as we speak, I believe in the industry streets, they are talking. And I think that it's getting heated. This feels like you stirred up a hive. I ain't just talking about the fans. I'm talking about the hive within the industry too. Flight of the Bumblebee! Flight of the Bumblebee! Flight of the Bumblebee! Somebody play Flight of the Bumblebee! What band movie did they play Flight of the Bumblebee on? Flight of the Bumblebee! That's what they need to be playing right now, because I can hear a swarm of bees. Drumline. Flight of the Bumblebee! Thank y'all. Y'all know y'all is like Google. Y'all is like Siri. Flight of the Bumblebee. I can hear them swarming. But this ain't the beehive outside of the industry. This is the beehive in the industry. She did. That's my impersonation of a bumblebee. Starting off from afar, but getting closer. To be fair, Cece, you're here, aren't you? I do the same bruja that she do. I just don't do it on you. Unless you ask. Flight of the Bumblebee. They're coming for you, Keri. Run. Run, Keri, run. Hope she ain't allergic. Keri. All I'm saying is duck. Because you know, they probably still got B-Day CDs on deck. They still got a couple that they could toss. Keri, duck. That's all I'm saying. Duck. Hopes and fears. She hopes that this doesn't derail whatever she wanted to do. I almost feel like she wanted to release a full album or maybe go on a tour. Maybe do a festival run or something. She's hoping that this doesn't close the door that she's hoping. No, your outcome, Keri. The bumblebees! They're stinging again. Oh, okay. Oh, well. In that case, I can support that. Save your energy because Beyonce and them, her camp, they are overwhelmed right now. They need energy to be able to save themselves. They need your energy, so they will. The bumblebees are here. Look, they're in the external energy. The outcome, though, there they go, stinging. The only fives in the deck that I feel like can do you real damage is the swords. Because if you get stabbed with a sword, what's your chance of living? The bees. Keri, how you die the same death twice? It's funny because Beyonce's near future card was the Judgment in reverse, and I said there will be no resurrection for you. Your near future is the Cups in reverse, which lines up to hers. There will be no resurrection for you. In fact, flight of the bumblebees. Keri, girl, you finna get stung again, sis. Who dies twice from the same double jeopardy? How you get double jeopardy from a side? How you double jeopardy yourself? It is sad, it's funny. Why would you come out? Your career ended on a Beyonce note. Why, decade later, do you revive it on the same hill that you died on, Carrie Hilson? This ain't the right hill, son, for you to die on, Keri. This ain't the hill, son, that you want to die on again. But here, dead to the bed is where you're going. Why would you do this to yourself? No, why would she do this? You don't want to make the beehive remember to cancel you. They had forgot. Inbox or tell her. Tell her to call me. So I could tell her, it's too late. Ain't nothing I can tell her. She done did it. She done went up there to the Breakfast Club. Oh, Keri. Let me look into this past position since you said she already know. I promise she already know because she already. I just typically when people reincarnate, they don't reincarnate and die the same death because you use that time in your new lifetime to learn the lessons. I can't save her. And I ain't finna do no juju to help her. Beyonce is my cousin sister. I will read her. I don't do juju on my fellow sisterin. Me and Beyonce have the same 12th house. I've seen her in my dreams. She has taught me a thing or two. Yeah, she my cousin. Just like that man who changed his name and made his last name Knowles. And she was like, is you my cousin? And he said, no, I'm your husband. She ain't juju me. She taught me something. She did. I think she did steal some creative ideas from me because I was some music stuff. But no, my first dream of Beyonce, she taught me something. She taught me something. We have the same 12th house. She'd be unwise to to juju me. She'd be unwise. We are the ones who are not called to a house because a house would just contain us. If you're in a house, if you're initiated into a house, what you gonna learn outside of that house? A house is a 4 enclosed walls. People with 12th house stelliums like we do, we don't belong in houses. We practice all the paths. We can work with any god, any deity, any spirit. She wouldn't juju somebody else. If she show up in my dream, then she wouldn't juju me. We met on the astral realms. She wouldn't even know me if she seen me, but on the dreamscape, we've seen each other a few times. And I don't know why she would juju me, and I dreamt of her and her children, the two younger ones. So that means she's not more powerful than me. If I can encroach upon one of her children's recitals in a dream, because I was at a recital. Remember I told y'all about that dream? It was Blue Ivy's recital, and I was on stage, and before I peeked out, I can hear one of those children, and they had to take them out of the stadium room because they were causing a disruption to the recital. She be in my dreams, I be in hers. I wouldn't even say she don't have nothing on me, but there is a spiritual respect that I have for her, and I would hope that she would have the same thing for me. I don't mind reading her because she's a public figure, but I wouldn't do any juju on anybody that I respect spiritually, and I respect her spiritually. Not afraid of her, but I respect her. I see her. Nah, I'm not scared of her. I wouldn't even be scared of a witch war with her because neither one of us would win. Neither one of us would win. Imagine if I use my eyeballs to tell things about her and other people that I'm not supposed to tell. She don't have the same eyeballs that I have. She has other gifts, but if I can see 10 steps ahead and she can't, yes. I've had a few, and she taught me, there's a dream that I will never tell. And I was about to, but I won't, because she taught me something in that dream, and I didn't even realize it until I was about to tell y'all the dream, so now I won't tell you. She taught me something. I will say that in that dream, I opened my eyes in a dream, and I was on stage with her. She was in a concert. She was doing her thing. I saw her dancers. I saw her background singers, and I was on stage behind her, and she looked back at me, and she starts speaking. When people speak to me in my dreams, I don't hear the words, but I just wake up knowing what they were saying. She taught me something. So let me look into this Knight of Cups in the past position, because in the past she said she was forced to put out this song. But does this knight look forced? A knight works on behalf of the king, and they dedicate their life to the king. She was dedicating her life to the game, to music, to being on top. That's not. Solange is my other sister. I love Solange. Love her. And yes, Solange does protect her sister spiritually. But Beyonce do her own one too. Beyonce is gifted on her own. Whether she knows it, but there is a safety when you they're initiated into a few orders. There is a certain safety to keeping your spiritual practices and identity hidden when you have a certain power. Beyonce doesn't come out and tell you guys she's a spiritualist, and I didn't really either until I started doing YouTube. That's when I stopped doing word of mouth. I used to only take clients by word of mouth because I didn't want a lot of people knowing about me, because I feel unsafe if people know what I do. I attract a lot of enemies. That's 12th house energy, hidden enemies. 6th house, outward enemies. 12th house, hidden enemies. We both have stelliums and north nodes in the 12th house. And so I'm always nervous about who might not like me just because I'm out here trying to live in my own greatness. We make people uncomfortable. So Beyonce, Solange is the one who fights on Beyonce's half, because Beyonce is busy wielding her God gift. And Solange was there to protect her to do so. We can say what we want. She's no angel. She says that. But before she became Beyonce, she had the gift and the power. You got to have power or the gift for the elite to allow you into the upper echelons. If I wasn't such a snitch to the system, they probably let me in, but they don't trust me. Knight of Cups in the past position, and then I'm going to do Kim Kardashian, and then that's going to be a wrap, because I've been on here for about, it's only been about 2.5 hours. All right. Knight of Cups in your past position, Keri. What's this? Nobody forced her. She tried and then failed. That's all that was. No force. She tried on her own. And then she failed. Not my bias. I'm reading cards. If I saw force in here, it would have been the Strength in reverse behind this Knight of Cups. Not failure. Force. This is her losing her career. Because she willingly, this is here. This hand and this cup came out of nowhere. Look, it literally came out of clouds. You guys see the clouds? Let me, because I need y'all to see. See this card? Is that too much light? Let me see. Okay, you see the clouds? The hand literally came out of the clouds. It came from nowhere. Beyonce was like, what? How I get in it? How I get in your beef? She was like, here. Sit down, have some babies. And Beyonce sitting there listening like, oh, I like Pretty Girl Rock. Oh. And then that came on and she was like, okay, the remix. She need to sit down. She fading. She need to go have some babies. Beyonce was like, hold on. Go have some babies. I'm trying to have a baby. Sit down. She fading. I'm the only one standing up. I think this bitch talking about me. And y'all know Beyonce got deep voice, so she was like, Hov, come here. Come here. Hov, listen to this. Jay, you think she talking about me? Hov was sitting there because, he didn't know it was beef. He listening to it. Okay, Polo. I see I'm finna take you down next. Fuck? What the fuck she talking to? That was them enjoying the song at first. Okay, because Hov do this. And B, she was in the, okay, Pretty Girl. And then it was like, hold on. Run that back. What she said. And then Beyonce was like, oh, she want to talk about mamas. Y'all remember that scene from White Chicks? Oh, she want to talk about mamas. Because I have a movie reference or a song reference for everything. Beyonce was like, she talked about you. She says you need to. Beyonce was like, all right, bet. I'm finna make me a song. Bow down, bitches. She She want to talk about mamas. Beyonce was a little taken aback. Solange was already lacing up the Air Force One. She had one Timberland on one foot and one Air Force One on the other foot, like Diana. She was already on the elevator down from the studio. Solange had laced up that one Timberland on one foot, that Air Force on the other one, and she got in the elevator. Coming down from the studio, finna go look for Keri. In my mind, she was gonna drag you. Keri, you better watch it. Because Beyonce got her hands full right now, but Solange ain't got nothing but time, candles, and woo for you. Near future, Page of Cups reverse. Girl, why did you do this to yourself? I would love to do a reading about you being able to revive your career, because I felt bad back then. The Beehive was throwing CDs at you. Who have they ever done that for? That is sad. The Beehive, y'all thought the Barbs, but the Beehive, man. Carrie Hilson used to be on them online streets, windmilling them. That's how another reason I know she wasn't forced to do that, because when she realized that not only Beyonce might have been upset, but her fans were, she wouldn't have been online fighting the Beehive for her moral ground. She basically was like, F y'all, y'all online. The Beehive ain't got nothing else to do. Go find you something to do. She was windmilling. None of that sounded remorseful, and none of that sounded like I may have upset Beyonce and her fans. And let me just not, because they forced me to do this anyway. By then, her career was canceled, and she was still windmilling. Why didn't she come out then and say, guys, I'm a victim too? Why did she not, when they were throwing CDs, say, you guys, look, this is becoming assault. I am a victim too, and I am sorry, because I never wanted to do that and hurt you. That's what the fuck I would do. Page of Cups in reverse in the near future. And this is why, Keri, I'm laughing about doing this, even though I wish that I could be celebrating you getting a second chance. Because you're a beautiful girl. I remember when you was dating that beautiful chocolate man. Ooh, what was his name? Amar? I remember you were dating that beautiful chocolate man. That beautiful chocolate man that looks like he might just have one of these on his hand. She's a beautiful girl. She had a beautiful chocolate man, but instead she wanted to talk about mamas. I want to celebrate you, girl, because I love beautiful gowns and beautiful girls. Beautiful gowns and beautiful girls. I love it. I love to hype up beautiful gowns and beautiful girls, but not when you're wrong. Because then you don't look so beautiful. No, what happened to Shakira? Shakira at least copied Beyonce respectfully. She didn't mind saying, I'm here taking notes from Beyonce. She was there taking notes. And she said she was. That's okay, Phoenix. I'm blocking today. I done blocked 2 mother suckers already. All right, near future, Page of Cups in reverse, Keri. I want this to be different for you. Five of Swords is her outcome. 5 of Pentacles. Did she just recently go to the hospital? Because this would make it look like she's sick right now. Is this recent, Ella? Before I say what this is this recent? I don't play about Shakira. She don't not like Beyonce. Shakira loves Beyonce. I need Ella to tell me Is she telling me Carrie Hilson? Okay, so that's what this is. Okay, that's what this is, because this is a sick card. This is a health issue card. Not playing sick. Carrie girl, you is a stunt queen. You is a stunt queen. Because your sick card is here in your near future. But why is it behind this Page of Cups in reverse? Bad reception. So now you finna be like, I'm sick. Just like you was like, it wasn't me. They made me do it. Girl. What is you in the hospital for? Because they done took all your energy. I bet you is sick. I bet you is feeling away now. Woo. Abracadabra, abracadabra. I bet you is feeling a little sick. This beef is taking all of your energy. I bet. And now somebody else is rooting for her. Abracadabra, abracadabra. Get the fuck out of here if you don't want me waving my hands at you before I wave something else at you. B got hits. A whole Dangerously in Love album. I can't do stand-up. I can't be funny on purpose. I have to be funny in the moment. If I try to do stand-up, I wouldn't be funny. Dangerously in Love, that whole album, hit. Spits hot fire. I'm on 10% of my battery, so I might have to switch back over to my laptop or just... Oh, it stays like this. Okay. Dangerously in Love, no skips for me. Baby, let me know if you want to roll with her. Hair boots on, pants down low, I'm a rock star. Baby, let me know if you want to ride with her. I'm a... Featuring Outkast. Come touch me, come touch me. Oh, what? That whole... Take off your flip-flops and break up your drawers. Man. The way I feel, oh girl, I know it's about to be me all on you, and damn girl, you all over me. Baby, let me know if you want to roll with her. Woo! Dangerously in Love. Then you got B-Day. Again, no skips. No skips. Man. Because I like certain songs off of Self-Titled. I Care, you know, stuff like that. And then Lemonade. She came out with Lemonade. Oh, wait. No, Self-Titled is the one I do like. It's 4 that I don't care for. 4 is the one I don't care for. Self-Titled, yes. Self-Titled, Lemonade. Renaissance was all right, but yeah. Yeah. She got hits. She got hits. Yeah, I'm still going RB. I still got to talk about Kim Kardashian, but I keep getting caught up. So yes, she's saying I'm sick. Help, I'm sick. Oh. Something makes me feel like she's perfectly healthy. Behind sick? What is this? How you go from this to this? How you go from poverty and health to full-blown healthy? All because people didn't like your interview. I don't think she's sick. Not that kind of sick. I think she thought that there was going to be a different type of reception. Faking. I don't believe it. If she was sick, it would not have come out behind the Page of Cups reverse. It would have come out as, in her near future, the 5 of Pentacles. No. This came out But sick clarified it. But sick has you sick when you look perfectly healthy. If I get this card in a health reading and somebody want to know if something wrong with you, ain't shit wrong with you. In fact, you probably fertile right now. She just thought people weren't going to clock her. She don't like that reception. She didn't like... Y'all, I was not expecting to clock her. Oh, help, help. Had somebody tap her in a fender bender and she roll out the car and keep rolling and roll down the street and then lay out like this. That's Carrie Hilson. That's Carrie Hilson with somebody tapping her bumper and she like, oh shit, I need some money. Ah! And then she fall out the car and then she just roll and crawling and then she like, that's Carrie Hilson. That's Carrie Hilson right now. Fender bender. This is her car. This is the car behind her. Ooh. Ah! Ooh. That's her trying to be dead to the bed, but she is not dead to the bed. Get healthy, girl. I wish you feel better. Spirit, is Carrie Hilson sick physically right now? Because I will not sit here and entertain talking about somebody faking it when they really sick. Spirit, is Carrie Hilson really sick right now? Physically ill? When the hangman in reverse means get up. Get up. It means you can get up. Ain't nothing wrong with you. The hangman upright, you can't get up. You dangling from a tree. You're hung. In reverse, you're no longer dangling. Now you standing on the tree and choosing to be on this tree. Helpless. Now you can get your ass up now. You're not hanging now. You're inverted, so you're standing. This means, you know how I said she rolled out of the car? This means get your ass up. This means, I can't walk. My leg broke. This is get your ass up. Get your ass up. Keri. I think that you thought this situation with Beyonce was going to go different. I think you thought you would go from here to here. I think you thought that B would go from here to here. Get your ass up out that bed and stop wasting them people hospital beds. Because people need those. I don't like that. I'm telling you, she didn't like the reception from her interview. She thought it was going to be wish fulfillment. This card upright is called, the Nine of Cups is called wish fulfillment, getting what you want. In reverse, you get what you want, but it turns out to not be everything that you thought it was going to be. You got that interview, but it didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to be. And now you playing sick. Carrie Hilson, I never saw this for you. Earth signs don't do these things. Water signs do these things. Water signs and fire signs, the more dramatic signs, do this. You got to have some fire in your chart or water. More than likely, a strong fire placement. Because fire does something on a passion. It gets passionate about it and does something. But then when that fire fizzles out, what's there but smoke and mirrors? She has to have a heavy water or water or fire placement in that Virgo. Because I don't know a lot of Virgos who pull that. Who pull them. And I got Virgos in my family and they don't play the radio. They barely play games. They barely play Monopoly. They barely play card games, let alone playing playing in the hospital. The feedback might have made you feel sick. It might have made you feel a little sick, but you're okay, Keri. So get your ass out them people hospital beds and let somebody have it that needs it, and go face the fire that you created. Carrie Hilson. I didn't want, she's a Sag. Somebody told me she was a Virgo. No wonder. I'm like, this is fire placement I got here. Okay, that explains it. Because fire signs do impulsive stuff sometimes without thinking things through, because it's fire. All you gotta do is flick the bic. All you gotta do is flick it. And look, fire's there. And then it goes out. And then they be wondering, all right, the fire's gone. Now what do I do? That explains why I feel fire from her. She ain't sick. Sag Sun, Leo Moon. Oh, I'm dead. Help. That Leo Moon is going to do it. The dramatics. Because you know Leos are dramatic. And that also explains her being gassed up. That ego got in the way. And the ego is her moon, so she doesn't show it. It's on the inside. She may actually even struggle with it herself, because as a Sag Sun, she wants to be more self-righteous. But that Leo moon works subconsciously within her. That's why I pick up a cocky energy off of her, because her moon is in Leo. So no matter what she says and tries to be on the outward, she's a Leo on the inside. Me, 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 me. Ah, me, 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 me. The stars, me, 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 me. Everyone should be looking at me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. That's what you should have been doing before you recorded energy in my book. Keri, I wanted to root for you, but now after finding out that you fell out because you just couldn't take the heat that you brought to the kitchen, no respect. May Beyonce and the Beehive do as the Beehive does, because Beyonce doesn't deserve, she does enough on her own. Okay, she does enough on her own. You don't have to keep launching these covert attacks against her that you keep starting, because you can't deal with your ego and the fact that the industry didn't want to see you in the forefront, or they didn't allow you in the forefront. They only wanted you writing songs. They wanted Beyonce. Sierra is okay with it. Why you couldn't come around? Keisha Cole got all right with it after Bow Down. You know what I'm saying? Why you couldn't come around? You, after all these years, that Sag and ooh. I know, Angel, but at least you're self-aware, and that helps you evolve. It doesn't have to be a bad thing to have those placements, only when you're unevolved and you're not self-aware. This energy from Keri is lacking self-awareness, because I can pick up that fire energy off of her thinking that she's a Virgo. And it comes off as cocky. When I first started reading her, I said, no, I don't get naive. I get cocky. That explains it. Girl, why would you try to overthrow Beyonce when we enjoy her voice? We wouldn't have been able to enjoy all the great music and vocals that Beyonce gives us if you was up there singing from your earthy throat. I digress. Kim Kardashian. Let's bring Keri up out of here. I won't be reading her again, because I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that fake shit. Falling all out, pretending like you all sick because you want to get out of the heat in the kitchen that you turned up. Because I'll come to the hospital to you and turn it up even more. So you think you sick? You think you sick? Bitch, get up. I'm going to come visit you in the hospital and tell you the answer to me. If I was Esther Dean, I'd come visit you right in the ER. Now, what you was saying about what I forced you to do, she gonna be in there with an IV. We can't do this. We can't wait till tomorrow. No. We're not waiting till tomorrow. But I'm sick. I don't give a fuck. Because you just tried to throw me under the bus with Beyonce, knowing what she can do. You ain't sick. Get up. Get up. Hey, Daquan. Y'all, Daquan here. Sorry, Daquan, I couldn't answer your text because I've been recording videos all day. And that's a Leo, R&B, RB, that deserves to be cocky. And Whitney wasn't even cocky. She was very confident. But Whitney the Houston, the Queen Leo, with the voice wasn't even cocky. Carrie Hilson, how the hell? How the hell? This, I have to investigate this with my good eye. Because with this eye, I wanted to see it for you. But this eye knew. Ooh, something ain't right. This eye always wins. It's always the left. I'm not left-handed, but my left is strong. Because this eye, I'm strong with my right hand. So it's my superficial hand. Oh, she's beautiful gowns, beautiful girls, beautiful men. But this eye stayed Forrest Whitaker in me when I wanted to root for you. For the spirit of Forrest compelled me. And this eye would not straighten up when I wanted to see it for you. I can only see it for you half damn way. And I knew there was a reason. Okay? Let me get her out of my energy. So let me get her out of my energy. The witch eye. That's what it's called. The witch eye. It's always this eye. When I don't see it for somebody, I always squint this one eye. The Forrest Whitaker in me doesn't believe everything that I'm willing to listen to you. Who I pissed off? Who did I piss off? No, I didn't want to piss anybody off. I definitely don't want to do that. Who did I piss off so I can apologize? I don't know where my moderators are. They are gone. So who wants to be a mod? You have to be an OG. Oh, JD looks like she's in here. Y'all, one of my peoples just texted and said, "Where is the mods?" Because these comments is getting out of hand. I might have to make somebody a mod. Done. All right, we got a new mod in here. Phoenix is back. All right, y'all, let's get Keri up out of here. I wanted to see it for her, but bye, Keri. Feel better, Keri. Good luck to you. Girl. I was rooting for her up until we start clarifying that near future and got to that sit card. My cousin, unknown. But do you see me a survivor? And the person who molested me is no longer living. So don't worry about it. Oh, and no, I didn't do it. They died of an overdose. Since you want to know who molested me, go ask them at the graveyard. Would you like to offend me? Would you like to hurt me? Why would you ask that unless you want to be someone who hurts me? There is a place for people who hurt me physically. Don't ever ask me that question again if you're not willing to find out consequences. Don't worry about who molested me. You're molesting me right now. Okay. All right. No, I'm not going to. I actually am going to let you stay here. Everybody, if unknown comes back, I'll take them out. I will take them out. The mods, don't bother unknown if they come back. I will. Her obituary is on my altar. Would you like to see it? Oh, my ex-friend who tried to fight me at work at Lockheed. Wanna know where she at too? When I told her, when I found out that her son has leukemia, and I said, girl, I know we ain't seeing eye to eye, but I'm praying for your... She said, bitch, keep your prayers. Fuck you and your God. 6 months later, gone to glory, recovering from a surgery. Got out of the surgery just to get a blood clot in her leg and go to glory. 6 months later, bitch, fuck you and your gods. Gone to glory. My ex-mother-in-law did the most disgusting things to me because I was dating her son. A year later, gone to glory, and I married her son. Got her rings, got her house, got her son, got her last name. Anyone else want to know something personal like that? So I can tell you? So I can tell you how guilty I feel when I want grace for people and they be going to glory? And I feel like a black widow? That's why I say find something safer to do. Kim Kardashian. Let me spray some agua scented stuff in here. Let's get the show back on the road. When I spray this, it just seems like it makes me like water. I can see everything. I divine so much better. I love y'all too. Don't ask me who molested me. I tell you. I'm an open book. I tell you everything I heal from. It's the stuff I'm still working on that I don't talk about until after I done healed. I'll tell you about those things. Because I've healed from the guilt of thinking that I just be walking around getting people when they just be walking around trying to hurt me. Shoot. All right. Kanye West said that Kim Kardashian is trafficking his children. I'd like to see if that's true, because those are some strong allegations that I already mentioned in my very first celebrity reading ever. You guys will have to scroll. I got so many videos on my page that you'll just have to, that's it, scrolling all the way down to about 4 years ago. Thank you, Madison. That was kind of you, my dear. And go back to my very first celebrity reading. It might have been Pray for Kanye. I don't remember, but it was a Kanye West. Oh, you must have hit them right when I was about to. So yes, the Kanye one, 4 years ago, I told you that Kanye was concerned about Kim Kardashian treating his kids like the same way that her mom treated them. And I was scared to say the word, but I said he was nervous about Kim doing the same thing to North that Chris did to her 4 years ago. 4 years ago. 4 years ago, and now that reading is relevant. Actually, it was May. Maybe it wasn't a May. Yes, Ella. Yes. Somebody who watches and remembers. Yes, Ella. I stand when you guys be like, nope, this is what it was. You said it at this moment in the reading. You was wearing this. I stand, you guys. Yes. It makes me feel like, oh, y'all real. Oh, y'all real. Y'all some real ones. Y'all some real ones. And I feel like we're going to be real together. Because we watching this thing manifest all these years later. Thank you, Brandy and Ray J. Because that was my first experience ever. I was laying right here in this room studying for my real estate license, actually. So it wasn't 4 years ago. It might have been 2 years ago. No, it was a long time ago. Was I studying for my real estate license? Yes, I was studying for my real estate license. And I was right here and I heard, don't know what I ever do without you from the beginning to the end. No one thing you, so I called. And it was so random. And I tried to change my mind from it, but it seemed like it kept getting louder and louder and louder. So I was like, shit, fuck it. I pulled out the cards. The fuck is going on? Well, I look like I have a gap because I have a gap, my dear. That's so I can snake slither. I can use my snake tongue. So I sat there and I listened. I actually didn't pull the cards out yet. I just listened and I said, what the fuck y'all want? Why am I hearing this song? And then I sat quietly, and in my mind I saw Brandy, but I saw Ray J like a little brother behind Brandy. And at the time, Ray J and the Kardashians were having a little something, a little tiff, and Brandy was going off on them in my mind, and Ray J was behind her like, yeah, get him, Brandy. And I was sitting there like, this was weird. I never experienced this before. And I just asked out loud. I was like, why is y'all here? And then I heard somebody needs to get those witches. But at the same time, I heard just two at the same time. B word at the same time as the witch word. And I was like, okay. I knew who she was talking about. And then I heard pray for Kanye. I ain't hitting unless the bot's here. So when the bots show up, I know I'm hitting. I know I'm reading down. Soon as we start talking about that old Kanye reading I did come into fruition, here they come 4 years later. Reading down. Come on in here, bots. Come on. Because y'all my fans. Y'all my fans. Every time the bots come, I go up 100 subscribers. That's why I'm like, where's my bots? My first time, because I told y'all I didn't learn how to turn y'all into coin. I told y'all I turned my haters into coin. So I welcome the bots because I be going up. I go up when the bots be here. They love me. They love me more than y'all. My bot busted babies. Yes. I'm gonna get y'all own merch. It ain't gonna be alpaca. It's gonna be polyester. But I'm gonna get y'all own bot busted baby merch. Not no alpaca fur. Polyester. Because that ain't good for you. But it's here. Just like y'all. Ain't good for me, but you here. Hi, Alexis. Yes, my busted bots. I love y'all. I love y'all. We in this together. I ain't gonna make you jealous because y'all get alpaca fur. They get polyester. Might even give them wool so they just be itching. I'm gonna give them a corduroy robe. Corduroy robes for y'all. Corduroy. Because I want you to know you appreciate it for what you do, but you ain't appreciated for what you do. It's what it is. Kim Kardashian. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Kimberly Kardashian. The spring. Yes. Y'all gonna be botting me like this in y'all robes. But you'll be here. And you can't say that I left you out, bots. You can't say it. Oh, they got mad and said they hate all of us because they don't get alpaca. Oh. YouTube, y'all got to start paying y'all bots more. Because they getting mad because they can't afford the alpaca robes. And I ain't even put them out yet. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Kim Kardashian. YouTube been sitting with this reading this long. That first Kanye reading, YouTube know that shit came true. I got the devil card when I be asking, am I being watched by certain agencies? I got the devil card. So I know y'all here. And instead of hating and sending bots, why don't y'all just strike a deal? Just strike a deal with me. Tell me who you don't want me to talk about. Pay my reparation fee, and I will not spread your ungodly business. I don't have to do that to show my gift. I can read anything. And let me be a criminal psychologist and help you guys catch serial killers that your agency has a trouble with catching, and I might just be too busy working for y'all to do readings on these people. Absolutely. The reparation fee is consultations, $40,000 for a consultation. That's the reparation fee if you are op. YouTube, get your bots. All right. We can coexist. Just get them for me. All right. Kim Kardashian, are you prostituting your children? Please bring Kim Kardashian here, and I compel you to speak from your soul, your spirit, and your collective energy's truth. Kim Kardashian, you are not permitted to keep anything from me. You're a lying Libra. I'm a Libra, but not one of the lying ones. Kim Kardashian, are you in any way trafficking any of your children or exploiting them in any way? Spirit, I'll start with one card. I don't know if I want to read a whole spread on Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian, are you exploiting any of your children the way that Kanye West accused you of? You cannot lie here. You will not lie. A Pisces moon? Oh, listen, unevolved Pisces. I wouldn't believe them if they said water was wet. I'd still check. Y'all, Natasha used to be dealing with this Pisces. It was a Pisces and a Scorpio. Natasha wanted to be delusional because she was enjoying the sex and she was thirsty for a man. This man was enjoying having a duck that believed that he was only living with his baby mama of 10 years, and that's it, as a family. And she was just like, do you think? I was like, bitch, don't ask me. At a point, I told Natasha, I am not reading you anymore, and I'm not doing juju on you no more. Because, girl, you will not take advantage of me. You will not ask me for readings knowing that I am your friend and I will do them for free for you. And then not take what I gave you in the reading, go in one ear and out the other one. If you're going to do what you want to do anyway, I'm not reading to you. I'm not giving you no more insight. Why do you want to know? So that you can only believe what you want to believe. Y'all, the lies he told was so, oh my God. It was like if you ask a child, do you have something in their mouth? And their mouth look like this? And they say, mm-mm. That's the kind of lies them man used to tell Natasha. They've been together for 10 years. Lived together in a home. Them and all their children. We ain't together like that. And she like, yeah, but He be calling me at when he should be home. I'm just like, Natasha. Pisces moon on Kim Kardashian, Libra sun. I wouldn't believe her if she told me. I don't know. She gonna have to be from the show me state. I wouldn't believe. If I was at Kim Kardashian funeral, I wouldn't believe she was dead. This girl got a Libra sun and a Pisces moon. Check the pulse. Check the pulse again. Check it again. I gotta check it. Let me do it. Stethoscope. Ooh, child, I got to put the stethoscope and I need to shake her so I hear the embalming fluid. Okay. I got to shake her up in the coffin a little bit so I can hear, because it's a PR stunt. Hand me the stethoscope. Let me shake her up so I can hear that. I got to hear that. Otherwise, I don't believe that bitch is dead. It's a PR stunt for the show. It's a scheme that Chris set up. Don't believe it. Show me. Show me. Oh, God bless you. Swimmingly, I'm glad I could help. Thank you, Whitney. Y'all didn't know this was supposed to be a psychic reading, and it's a comedy show. That's why I can't never get through the readings fast enough, because I be with the shits. My intrusive thoughts. Only when I record things and y'all not egging me on with stuff and feeding back with me can I just do the message, deliver it, and that's it. But when y'all here egging me on and entertaining me, listen, I can't never focus. One card, Spirit. Is Kim Kardashian exploiting her children in any way? I'll ask that, Rose. But I can already tell you, hell to the no. Not a robbery that she ain't set up. Who's making fun of your French accent? Tell me their name. I'll handle them for you. Queen of Wands. The prost and the toot. The mad and the dumb. And the witch. I asked for 1 cards and I got the spicy, sexy, sexual, mystical, witchy Queen of Wands. Nobody sexes like she does. Nobody seduces like she does. Nobody madams like she does. A generational whore curse. Yes, K. We're reading K. We're reading K. Okay? Somebody pray for the children, especially Chicago. Because she exploits North because she's the oldest, she's talented, and it gets Kanye going. But I believe that Chicago is the one that they need to worry about. I'm not even going to tell you why. I'm just going to say, yes, they're exploiting North, but I don't think that we're going to see how they exploit Chicago. I think she's going to be exploited worse. North is going to take the Kim K route, the fame route. She's got the talent. Chicago, though, I don't think she has the talent for the industry, but she has the looks. She has a certain look that I think Kim dotes on. Yes, I think so too. I think so too. I think so too. Because in my initial Kanye reading, he was saying that North is the only, he cares about North the most because he was the only one that he was coherent for. I believe Kanye only wanted to have one child with Kim. And then he probably would have made his exit sooner. But then they started 5150ing him. And in the midst of him going through all of that, she popped out the rest of those babies with surrogates. Chicago was the only one he was conscious for and asked for. He wanted her. Chicago, yes, North looks like him. Chicago looks like a baby version of her. That's why I think Chicago is the one that they need to be concerned about when it comes to the prostate and the tooting. Yes, she admires Chicago's beauty. Not saying that North isn't beautiful. All of the children are beautiful. Don't take this wrong. Kanye isn't lying. I don't believe that. This isn't a lie. The Three of Swords isn't a lie. It hurts. The truth hurts. Woo! And look, Kanye crazy. He lying. That man ain't crazy and he ain't lying. I think he has an issue with seeing North in that video with that Twigs girl with her boobs pushed up in a push-up bra. Kanye tells inconvenient truths. Let me pin this. Yes, FKA. I don't be knowing what them people's names is, but yeah, her. The Twiggy girl. And I don't care if they were talking about God in there. Wrong road, North. And Kanye knew it was going to happen from the get-go. And so did I. That's my gloating face. All right, clarify this Queen of Wands for me asking if Kim is exploiting her children in any way that she should not. Two of them specifically are on the chopping block. North, Chicago. North we can see. Chicago, we can't see what they're doing with her. But North, we can see how they're exploiting her. They've got North in the wheel. They got the girls in the wheel. They got the girls in the wheel. This family is very unconventional. It seems. It's not your usual normal family here. They do weird things amongst themselves. I believe sometimes they market themselves as packages. I believe that for a certain price, you can get a group of them. They could be grooming Chicago, getting her ready. And Kanye, this is him because this is an air sign. Kanye's a Gemini. He said it. He made the accusation. This isn't a lie. This is not my lie card. This isn't even my lie card. It's just I said something and now I regret it. This though, truthful accusations. Will Rob allow it? What the fuck Rob gonna do? I ain't trying to be funny, but what the fuck is Rob gonna do? He's neutralized. Your girlfriend was Big Spoon? Eddie, I thought you was Ella. That's the only reason I started reading your message. I see package deals with them. All right, that's the question I wanted to know. Do you guys have any questions before I go? What he gonna do? Ain't that what he was just crashing out about? Wondering why ain't nobody else do more to help him. He didn't do more because he felt like he didn't have the power to. He was just, going off on Jay-Z and them for not doing more to help him. Is he guilty? Guilty of what? Is Kylie Jenner helping bring Timothy in the cult? Spirit, what is the purpose for Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet? Is their relationship based on romance, mutual romance? Is Timothy and Kylie, are they together for mutual romance, or is there another reason for their relationship? I'd like to see the Two of Cups because I don't want everything to be a conspiracy. I don't always look for conspiracy. I be hoping I don't see them, because I don't want all the nasty things that we hear to be true, but most of the time they're always true and worse. What's their relationship? Yes, I think she could be. He's looking at her in a sexual way. The man in the Lover's card is looking at the woman as someone that he lusts after, someone that he desires. This tells me that Timothy is probably under a spell of some sort, because while the man is looking at the woman, unable to contain his desire for her, because she's looking up at God. She's not looking over at him. He's looking at her. She's looking up at God, at the spirits. True love is when both of them are looking up. That's how love is supposed to work. It's a spiritual union. I've dealt with a man who, I told you guys I dealt with an African man who had a wife back home. He would never divorce her. He's in the States making his career, making his life, and she's back home. He fell in love. I think he fell in love with me, but that felt like betrayal to him. And I could tell he started falling in love because he started getting really, really, really emotional and intimate when we were having sex. He wanted to make love. And that's when I knew that despite him trying to deal with women and not fall in love, he was falling in love. I had him wooed. I didn't woo him for real, but don't sleep with me. Nah, if you ain't about this life. He's under her spell. And if it wasn't a spell, he would break up with her. Because I believe he doesn't even know why he's still with her. He doesn't know why he's obsessed with her. But she's looking up at the spirit, which lets me know she's wooing him. Kylie was about to fall off because she had blackened herself. She had tarnished her value by blackening herself. All of them did, which is why they rebranded Body, Mind, and Soul. Travis Scott is black. That's why it's a little bit difficult, more difficult when he's not willing to sell him out. Kanye is black, but he, not in his spirit, he couldn't wait to get in with them Kim Kardashians and the Jews and all of them. And Travis is like Black Power, and all y'all can do is suck my black, He's walking around like I'm the prize around here, because he is. Kanye forgot that. Kanye forgot that, and then they start siphoning his energy. Now he's the lesser celebrity, and they're the bigger celebrity. Be careful who you sleep with. Travis got some woo. Travis does woo. The woo they can't touch. Of course it's reworking because they're sucking it out of Kanye. Yes. Yes. So that's Timothy. What else questions did you guys, what other questions did you guys have? He thinks all of them are beneath them. He's the only black man that went in there and did right. Not even Drake went in there and did right. Kanye does have someone on this side of earth. He just doesn't know I exist yet. I would help Kanye. I would take on his case for $40 million. I would take on his case easily. I ain't scared of them girls. They would actually be easy. I just need some of their personal effects, a lock of their hairs, some of their saliva, a little blood, an old tampon or something. It'd be easy. Easy peasy. $40 million. I know he got it. Easy. He got it a lot of times. 40 million times. He got it 40 times over. He could pay me that twice. 40 million. I would take them girls through there. Tonight, no. 40 is my number. I ain't gonna hit them over the head with the 100 because the ancestors asked for 40 acres and a mule. So I work on the 40 number when I'm demanding a reparation fee from somebody. It's for the ancestors. I do it in honor of the ancestors. Just give me a lock of their hair. I don't even want their hair. I want a personal effect. I want some juice from them. Spit something. Take them girls through there. Ooh, take them girls through there. Take them girls through there. Yeah, she's siphoning their energy. That's what they do to blacks. They need the blacks, their black friends, their black men's, the ones who lay themselves at the altar of the Kardashians. All of them deserve to be siphoned. All of them, all of their friends and the men who align themselves with them, they deserve it. I have not an ounce of sympathy. Not an ounce, which is why it would be a $40 million reparation fee because them girls getting it how they live. And you shouldn't allow yourself to help them. Is Kim Kardashian doing juju? Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Donda probably wasn't doing no juju. You know how many blacks look down on that? As soon as Kanye got to Hollywood, Donda said, sign me up for the new titty package. She wanted to be Hollywood too. Yes, very middle class. They wasn't doing no juju. They was looking down on that devil worship. She was into juju? Let's see. Spirit. I would call Donda up, but I don't feel like taking on her energy this late into my reading. I've been here for a while, but that surprised me. Now, church can help. Christian magic. I've been spiritual all my life, even when I was a Christian. You can't take away the power. You can't take away the ashe. People do Christian magic. That's why a lot of people ain't left the church yet. Y'all sitting up under y'all pastor knowing y'all don't, everything they say don't make sense, but you don't leave and you pay your tithes. That's Christian magic. I told y'all I got a client. I got a client who's a pastor and came to me to give him something to put in his church to keep the money flowing. And I did. And he good to this day. To this day, I still do work for him. And he get up on Wednesdays, Sundays, and preach out a word. You would be surprised. I've worked with several pastors, deacons, first ladies. The first ladies are the worst. They do the juju on the pastors and the women. And it's the first ladies who want the juju for the money to come into the church. It's the first ladies that come asking for the prosperity work for the church. Anonymous, you're back. Are you the same, Anonymous? Let me know if you're the same one, because I got a special treat for you. Absolutely. My mama is under the spell of one right now. Pastor Lovey, my mama under his spell right now. She's trying to find a way to go to one of his church conferences. Prophet Lovey. Prophet Lovey, whatever his name is. My mama under his spell right now. Okay, Anonymous. You're not the old Anonymous, so you say. Absolutely. What do you think pleading the blood of Jesus is? Taking communion and eating the body and eating the flesh and drinking the blood? I don't even do that. I don't drink the blood. I don't do that. I don't drink other people's life force. But I know people who do, Christians and another group that I think we all know. They're the only ones that drink blood from the sacrifices. Eating flesh, don't they say Luciferians and people like that eat babies and things like that and drink their blood? And then you go to the church and you take communion where they eat the flesh of Christ's broken, battered body and then drink his spilt out blood? The blood that he supposedly shed for you, somebody he didn't know. Y'all drink it. Take and eat in honor of me. Come on now. When I left the church, do y'all know the cleansing and the warfare that I went through with them spirits who didn't want me to go? Try to keep me from the African spirits. Try to keep me from the Orisha and the Lua. So spirits took me the Arabic route. Sufism. They taught me about the jinn. They taught me about Kabbalah. They taught me Jewish mysticism. Christian magic is no match for ancient magic. Christian spirits were trying to keep me away from tapping in to those ancient spirits that are native to me. I had to fight for them to let me go because I had eaten of the flesh and drank of the blood. The jinn were my first friends in spirituality. The first spirits I conjured from the Baratia ritual were the jinn, and they came instantly. They liked me. I practiced Sufism. My first mentor and one of my best friends is a Sufi Muslim from Nigeria. Gifted me the Baratia ritual, the Baratia conjuration, in an English translation for me. All right. But yes, those church spirits, what do they look like? Fire. I see them as flames or shadows in my peripheral. Seeing movement, a dark shadow out of the corner of my eye. They're playful with me. I love you too, sissy. They move very quickly. I always see them out of the corner of my eye, dashing by, or I see them in the flames when I burn my candles and do my juju. They're there. When I'm doing my fuck around and find out, return to sender, and the sparks are flying, that's them popping they shit. Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. They do. They move really quickly in my peripheral, and I just like that. Does the term fireworm or worm of the fire mean anything to me? It doesn't when I say it, but when I close my eyes, maybe. Maybe I can see something. What did they look like to you, Kay? I see them in my candles. I see them in shadows out of my peripheral, and I see them in the smoke that rises from my candles. That's where I see jinns. Yeah, like shadow people. Yes, they do show up as shadows. Always a shadow out of my peripheral. But when they like you, or you start working with them, you can look at a flame and watch how the flame changes. They'll show themselves. Light a candle. I can light not nan candle, and it doesn't have 2 or 3 flames. Doesn't matter how many wicks. It could be a single wick. If you guys watch my juju on my YouTube, if you're used to, on my Instagram, if you're used to watching my rituals and things like that, if you pay attention, you'll notice that anytime I light a candle, it will split. It always splits into 2s or 3s. Always. Always. They introduced me to an order under the Archangel Michael called the Blue Flame Spirits, which is why on my page it says Daughter of the Blue Flame. My first time doing a Solomonic ritual, conjuring the Goetia and the magic circle and all of that. My first time is when I met the Archangel Michael, and all the 4 candles that I had on the candle places on the Solomonic magic circle, all of them turned blue. They were orange. All of them turned blue. All of them. All of them. They turned blue, and then they went out. And I tried to relight them, and none of them would relight. Instead of catching fire, a spark, that blue flame spark was just shooting off of it. None of them relit. When I went to sleep that night, I heard Daughter of the Blue Flame. And then I woke up I just heard Daughter of the Blue Flame, and then I woke up. I was asleep for hours, but all I remember is hearing Daughter of the Blue Flame. Then I woke up and it was morning. Glad that you're learning something here, King David. Happy to be of assistance. Yes, yes, absolutely, Elias. I see I have some magi in here. Now we're starting to talk. Now we're talking. I didn't know all I had to do was tell you guys my secrets for the real to come out. Y'all be in here lurking. What you decide affects who you are. All is mind. All is mind. We got 20 minutes. I'm shutting this down at 10 o'clock. Make it good. Any other questions or anything like that before I go? I've been on a roll all day. Listen, y'all, please don't start that again. I'm tired. I'm tired. I ain't got no more laughing in me. No, sissy, please. All right, y'all, dying down. You said I got this handled. Elias, were you in here to you're in here to make sure that I was a girl who knew her business. I don't know what a fireworm or a firm worm means. Hello from America. You helloing me from Kenya. Yes, RB. You're looking forward to the road opener. Good. I guess I've told you all the things that I know, and now you like, oh, I'm doing one of her rituals. I did finish the Keri reading. Oh, you said you need to finish it. Okay. Oh, did Don? Okay, thank you. Papa Legba, Papa Legba, Papa Legba, Papa Legba, Papa Legba, Papa Legba. He says hello. He says, did I visit you in your dreamy, weemy? Mm. Papa Legba, Papa Legba. Just stare at this for a second if he shows up again, or if you feel like he's calling to you while you're staring into his calling card. Papa Legba, Papa Legba. He's my head. That's why I'm wearing red in the red room. I got a red light district in here. Papa Legba. Let me see if he'll stay. Papa Legba. Hey, Papa Legba. Papa. Am I up? I give you strong Pambagita. Yes. Absolutely. Papa is my head deity. He said, my data, you are the key. You are the key that opens the way. My data. Papa Legba, Papa Legba. Papa Legba. I'll keep him here on my lap now while we're doing the rest of this. Somebody asked me about Donda. He said, since y'all called me, here I go. I can't tell you if he's calling you. Only he can tell you if he's calling you. Next time you think about him, ask him. If you hear his name, say Papa. Isu, Papa. If you hear a response in your mind, listen. Just listen, sugar. I can't initiate you because ain't nobody initiate me. So I can't tell you who calling you, but I can tell you how to listen. Spirit does the initiating, not man. So I won't tell you if you're being called with. If you're being called, it's not my place. I will tell you how to listen and hear, though. Spirit, when Donda West, Kanye West's mother, was alive, because now she definitely is doing juju on the other side. When she was alive, Spirit, did Donda West practice any magic, any energy manipulation, any esoteric secrets that teach us how to be alchemists? Was Kanye West a practitioner in the least, or did she do the least or the most? Hi, Amir. Oh, yeah. She seemed to have had some spiritual practices on her. We all do juju on the other side. We just do it more intentionally. We do juju here, but we don't know that we're doing it with every thought, every word, every action, every breath. There's even a way that you can breathe to do magic. I just gave y'all. I called her Danye. Fun fact, I have a cousin named LaDonna, and I call her Danye West. So that might be why. And that's what the fuck I said. What I said. Her name is Danye now. I'm not a lying Libra. I'm just going to change the whole definition to fit what I want it to fit. So I never tell a lie because I changed the goalposts of what the meaning means. It's not Donda, it's Danye. Okay? Not y'all trying to figure out who I was talking about. Don't come for me. Okay? It's Danye. I'm just kidding. Yes, Donda. Y'all ain't gonna let me live Danye down, are you? That's so funny to me. Yeah, she had some spiritual. She had a lot of faith. I don't know what her path was, but she had faith. She might have just practiced whatever. So it felt like something Buddha, like Buddhism or something like that. It feels like that. I hear chanting. It's kind of peaceful. It doesn't give me juju. It doesn't give me magic. It gives me spirituality. There. Now you won't hear my smoke alarm because you're out. Not save your son, Danye. Y'all is funny to me. She practiced Nigerian spirituality, did she now? She still does. From the other side, Kanye can't access her though. He's been cut off in the mind. Don't let nobody temper with y'all brains, y'all minds. I don't believe in psych meds. Find something holistic. Try ashwagandha first if you got anxiety. Call me. I'm an herbalist, certified. God Body Holistics. Call me. We'll do a consultation, see what's going on with you. Give me about a week to do some research into you and come up with a prescription. Don't let nobody play with y'all minds because it will cut you off. Don't be cut off in the temple. God is in the temple, between your temples. What's between your temples? That, the third eye, seat of the soul. Don't let nobody play with your temple or in between your temples. Your mind, your brain is in between the temple. That's where God is. That's why all is mind. His mother may still be trying to help him, but because they've been messing with his mind, there's a disconnect. Kanye got to come see me so I can reprogram him, get some herbs into him that reprogram him without electroshock therapy or pharmaceutical. There's a way to do it. It'll take some time. Give me about 6 to 12 months with Kanye, and he gonna be the next Malcolm. Or not, if not me, somebody else who knows how to do the things. Muffin Head, no. I'm not interested in anybody named Muffin Head. No, I'm not single for you. Moloch, no. No. Moloch is who they inherit once they decide to sell their souls to the industry. Once they decide to sell out for money, it's Moloch. They take on his energy. It's not like they go and see him somewhere, but the rituals open up that energy, that Moloch energy in your base chakra area. So now you have no conscious when it's time to do something strange for that change. even if it means drinking the blood of someone innocent, like Moloch likes. Then you find yourself doing those things too, at rituals. That is you. Now, embedding your energy with the energy that is Moloch's energy. No, energy doesn't, Moloch isn't what's messing up his head. Moloch is who he dealt with when he decided to, become Kanye West and the industry person. Once he got in, Moloch is only concerned with you feeding it the energy, with you remaining a slave to it. These are others. Well, shit. Now that you in, it's other spirits that's gonna feast on you too. How did he go from Jesus to the swastika? His mind. His mind has been tampered with. And the swastika, it had a different meaning than what the Germans used it for. But colonizers always take spiritual symbols and spirituality and anything, land, and pervert it. They pervert everything they touch, including symbols that are used to invoke higher energies within yourself. That's why people call them devils, because they know how to make everything that's supposed to be above in a higher state of conscious, they know how to flip it and chain it into lower bound energies, causing you to be stuck in a material obsessed state is what it means when you start worshiping Moloch, because now your conscious no longer works. And even if you do, it doesn't stop. You just can't act towards it now because you've taken an oath. So now you got to do things that you know are wrong, that your soul is telling you are wrong, but constantly you have to sell your soul, sell your consciousness, because you've taken this oath. So now you do things that you know are wrong and that hurt your conscience. You have a guilty conscience, but you still do it. And then eventually you no longer have a conscience at all. So it gets easier. That's when your soul is gone. I can do many things at once, and I can be many places at once. We got 7 minutes, you guys. Make it good. This was great. This is great. I've been with you guys all day today. This has been a Beyond the Veil day. I recorded some readings. I've been on live for about almost 4 hours. I read on everything. I gave you guys esoteric secrets that I usually only share with my members. Oh, you guys, for those who are not my members, we do seances. We've started doing seances over there. Barely even use the cards. I do a full-on seance. I light the candle. I close my eyes. I call them in. We did Aaliyah. Oh, someone's here with me. A little fruit fly just came out. We did Aaliyah, and I literally saw her walking up towards me, and then I felt the impact when she hit me. And she proceeded to read Beyonce for Phil for the first 15, 20 minutes. It's on my member channel. I channeled Tupac. We got so much tea. We got so much tea. I wouldn't have been able to pull that kind of tea out of the cards. Seances are my specialty because I consider myself a medium. I've been doing those since I was 8. You got to go and see the situation, sissy. I can't even remember everything, but I know, child. My books are always open for consultations, you guys. Beyond the Veil Adina at gmail.com. That's if you don't already have my number, because most of you do, because most of you guys are already OG clients of mine. Yes, those videos are on my member section. The Aaliyah one actually says Seance Aaliyah. The next two under that are where I did the Tupac. It's two because I ended up having to switch from my phone to my webcam, so I had to split it in two. But under Aaliyah, the next two under her are where I channeled Tupac. That was very, 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 very enlightening. My books are completely open tomorrow. I think Angel wanted to do a seance with me tomorrow at 5. So my 5 o'clock for tomorrow is squared away. From about 5 to 7, I need 2-hour windows for seances. But my hours start 10 a.m. and I take my last appointment all the way up until 8 p.m. If it's an emergency, then I will I will take people before and after those times. And I have had people who are like, I need an emergency reading, and I will take you, I'll take you earlier than typically. Yes, you email me, be like, hey, I'm looking to get a consultation so that we can arrange it. I need to know the date and time that you're suggesting. I'll let you choose the date and time, and then I just confirm my availability. And then my payment methods are Zelle. So I'll send you my payment methods: Zelle, Apple Pay, Venmo, and PayPal. My consultations are $75. If you started getting readings from me after October 7th of last year, because they used to be 50, and on my birthday I changed them to October 7th. So $75. I just need you to let me know the date and the time that you're looking for so I can make sure I'm available. If I am, you get it. If I'm not, I say, okay, I can't do that time. What about this time? And then I fit you into the next available spot. No, this isn't an escort service, but I'm going to escort you out of here, sir. And you couldn't afford it if you were. If I was. I promise you, you couldn't afford. I promise you, you couldn't. You couldn't even afford the alpaca robes that I want to sell as merch. I can tell by your energy and your name that you got broke dick energy. I can smell it a mile away. And I'm very choosy with who I cohabit myself with, because if your energy smells like poverty, I don't want it. I don't want any poverty around me. You look like poverty. All right, and with that said, we got 2 minutes. Me and Papa will just sit here and stare at you for the last 2 minutes. See? How does my smoke alarm sound like poverty when I don't even have a mortgage? The house is paid off. So I can afford to sit here and listen to a smoke alarm chirp when I don't have to pay not a penny in mortgage here. Paid off, property taxes only. How you gonna come for me about a smoke alarm in a house that I don't have to pay rent or mortgage for? I bet you're paying rent somewhere. Don't worry about my smoke alarm, because the money I save on mortgage, I can get it fixed if I want to. It's just a change of a battery, but it don't bother me. I'm happy you guys caught me too. I enjoyed you guys being here. King David, I'm glad that you let me know that you were here today. I enjoyed all of you today. The trolls weren't outrageous for me, but I see that the mods were working overtime. So thank you, mods. All my mods will participate in the upcoming road opener for free. So please don't send me your coin for the road opener. That is Sissy Barbie, that's JD, and that is Phoenix. You guys will be in the road opener. Do not send me any coin. I already got JD birthday information. Phoenix, I don't know if I have yours. Sissy, email me if you have my email. If you haven't already texted me before, Beyond the Veil, Adina@gmail.com, so you can let me know your first, last name, and birthday. I made you laugh in public, then I did the Lord's work today. I lifted a spirit. I'm too judgmental? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry you feel that way, but I don't do anything with religion. I do spiritual stuff. Okay? Alright. Okay. So, since you think I judge, then bye. Okay, I have yours, Phoenix. Okay. You have my number? Yes, you do. Okay. Alright. Well, this was fun. Love you guys that love me back. And for those of you don't, your loss, not mine. Bye.